so that there has been some form of injustice on him. We are all humans. There is no doubt I hurt some people, and I wish they would pardon me. And those that think that I've hurt them so much, please pardon me. I thank you very much.
All understand I was hospitalized recently, a few days ago. Has he been discharged?
Yes, not as intense as it was reported. He was hospitalized. Now he's being cared for. He's in a recovery mode now. And with each day he gets better. But until it is all over, you can't say it is over.
Hearts with him, and we hope that he fully recovers. Because that man looked like a brand new man after he got out of office.
He looked much better than before he became president. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of 90 Minutes Africa. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo. Nigeria's former president, Muhammadu Buhari, passed away in London last night. And today's edition of 90 Minutes Africa, we are changing the topic of our conversation. Our guest today, most of you know him as Barrister Darlington Agomuo. He will talk to us on Buhari's legacy and a nation in search of credible leadership.
Hello.
All right. Welcome to the show. A very fresh voice. He's been around for a long time, but he's a fresh voice. Most of you are discovering him recently on Nigeria political scene. Barrister Darlington Agomuo. Barrister, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, Dr. Damage, it's good to be on your show this evening. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. But the country is in mourning. We lost former president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. I want us to start from that and get your view on the shocking news that we had just a few minutes ago.
In fact, this is very surprising because most of us, we didn't even know when he left Nigeria for medical treatment in the UK. Until this evening, when news came in that he's late, I was asking myself, we didn't know when he traveled for medical treatment. And for a man like that, he can't come up at the airport without any of the pressmen taking notice. We would have had that, look, Buhari have left Nigeria for UK, for medical, whatever. So, for me, I am still doubting it. I am still doubting it because initially, when his first medical treatment in the UK happened, it was shrouded in secrecy. So when it comes to Buhari's health, nobody knows exactly what is going on. Nobody have told us the truth. So me, I'll be skeptical maybe until tomorrow when we start hearing from other sources and all that. Maybe we see pictures and all that. For me, I will be skeptical. I must tell you the truth because the people handling him have not been able to tell us the truth about him. It was just recently that Shehu Garuba came to reveal some of the things he did to package Buhari's health, that he lied to Nigerians about Buhari's health. So I wouldn't be surprised if such a thing, maybe they are selling a doomy to us.
Barrister,
yeah.
The family issued a statement signed by Garba Shehu saying that announcing the passing of the former president. So I think it's a real story. I don't think it's speculation anymore.
Even as it true, Dr. Damages, maybe you don't know how things work out in Nigeria. You don't understand how things work here. Garba Shehu is not a family member. If such a thing happened, I was expecting the federal government of Nigeria to issue such a statement. As a former president, the presidency of Nigeria should be the one to issue such a statement. Garba Shehu have lied to us before. So what makes you think I will believe him now? Is he a Buhari son? Is he from their family? These are issues. I am telling you, based on the lies they told us before about Buhari's health. And
all right,
with the politics going on now, anything can happen. Dr. Damages, anything can happen in Nigeria. Whatever is coming out from Buhari's now, I will take it with a pinch of salt. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Barrister, I hear you. We are going to let our audience also join us because we are getting information from different sources. One of them is telling us that Shetima, the vice president, was actually sent to London to go and bring back the body of the former president. There are reports here that Tinubu probably, when he left Brazil, that he stopped by London to see Buhari before coming back last night. So there are so many stories connected to this that we are going to touch on. But what do you think about his legacy?
When they come body, there's no need rushing into it. When they come back with the body,
okay,
and we now understand that it is Buhari's body, you can take it off from there.
All right. What about his legacy as a leader? He was head of state twice, one as a military guy and the other time as elected official. What do you make of that?
If you're asking for legacy, I don't think Buhari left a very good legacy for Nigeria. I don't think so. The records are there. Anybody can come and package all the lies, but the facts speaks for itself. In law, we said reg ipso locutor. That means the fact speaks for itself. It will be difficult for anybody to come and rewrite Buhari's history. Because from the time he became NNPC, what do I call it, chairman of NNPC, he was the first one. From that time till now, the oil industry have been going into turmoil. I was thinking that with a Buhari, who we were told is a no-nonsense man, is Mr. Integrity, would have cleaned up any NPC because that is our cash cow. But that place is the heaven of corruption in Nigeria, as I talk to you today. That place has never seen the light of day since Buhari became the first NNPC chairman. And something happened while he was there. There was a $2.8 billion that was missing from that same institution. I was thinking that Buhari would help us to get that money. But while investigation was going on to find out who took that money to Midland Bank in the US, Shagari's government was overthrown. And who inherited that government? Buhari. And since that time, nobody talked about that money up to today. So when people come and they are packaging him, telling us he's Mr. Integrity, in fact, he's holier than God, I was just shaking my head. His administration, everybody in the whole world knows what went down under his administration. For 8 years, Dr. Damages, for 8 years, Buhari messed up this country to the extent that his own party are now regretting bringing him to power. APC have been crying and lamenting of what Buhari did to our treasury, to our economy. So, is there anyhow you can now package or repackage it? What will you say that Buhari brought to us? We didn't have peace under his regime. We didn't have good economy. Nothing should show for his administration. Nothing. I challenge anybody to tell me otherwise. Nothing. I said, as of today, up to tomorrow, his own political party, APC, are lamenting of Buhari's administration. That will tell you how bad the things was under Buhari. So, in fact, it's a very big disappointment that Nigeria went through what they went through under Buhari.
All right, Barrister, I wanted this morning to start the conversation by telling you that Abdul Salami Abubakar is in London sick, that Buhari is in London sick, but now Buhari is dead. Abdul Salami is still there in the hospital in the UK. What do you make of our leaders being treated abroad?
Very shameful. Dr. Damage is very, very shameful. Very, very shameful. You know, in other crime, this kind of thing shouldn't have happened. Mandela died in South Africa. Mandela, he died in South Africa. The question is it that we don't have the resources to build a world-class hospital in Nigeria that can take care of the health of leaders? The answer is no. We have the money, but they prefer to go and use it and spend abroad, and leave us in this type of mess. Even with what has happened today, no lesson will be learned. The present president is still junketing all over the world, telling us he's going for one working visit or the other. Meanwhile, he's seeking for medical help. Nobody will come out and tell us the truth. That is even the irony. When Buhari was sick, nobody told us. They were just packing. He went for holidays. There was nothing they did not tell us. And gullible Nigerians, we bought it so that peace will reign. So, if they have look, when APC was campaigning, Dr. Dambe, he said that there will be no medical trip abroad for anybody in APC. He said it. That was one of their campaign slogan, so that they can unseat PDP. Today, now, what happened? So, you know, when a lie has become too obvious, you can no longer tell a lie. If they have their way, they would have told us that he's still resting somewhere. If they have their way, they will tell us that nothing happened, that he's still resting.
All right. Now you said there is no lesson that anybody will learn from this. Is it?
Yeah,
that...
no lesson. I'm telling you. Even as I talk today, I don't know whether the present one is preparing to go to France again.
Why is it that our political class, that they don't learn lessons from realities of life, which we all go through, sickness, death? Why? Do you know?
You know this African mentality that you don't tell your enemies about your ill health, so that you take advantage of. That's the African mentality. Don't get me wrong. It is the way we behave. That is the way God has packaged us. So you cannot really blame us. It is it's in our DNA. Leaders in Africa, they don't reveal anything until it has become so obvious that they can't hide it any longer. They don't know that when they say this thing, people will have to pray. You know, you pray for the good of your president. But when they don't tell you anything, what will you pray for? So you can see that it has become the norm in Africa. That the president will be sick, he will reveal it. Meanwhile, he will be hiding this, telling us he's going to rest. He's going to rest. Every 2 months, you go and rest. Every 2 months, you go and rest. We said, okay, no problem. We arrest, you know. Did we challenge them? Did we complain? Did we protest? But we know that a 6 months old pregnancy, you cannot hide it. I am telling you that if these people have their way, they would have told you that Buhari is resting somewhere, that nothing happened. That's the truth.
All right. I will change the format of the show today. I will let people come in earlier than before to weigh in on this topic before we talk about other things. I don't want us to go far away from it. There is a comment that I highlighted said, "May Allah forgive President Buhari's misdeeds and rest his soul in paradise." When you see comments like this, you mentioned African culture and why we're not transparent about our illness, our health issues. When you see comments like this, which is connected to our religious belief and things like that, where do you think we're getting it wrong? Are we just following the tradition and the culture and the religion that we are born into, or is there something that we need to change?
We measure on the negative. They will tell you it is African culture, but this culture is on the negative side. When you say you want to copy democracy, you want to copy good governance from the Western world, why don't you copy everything? Joe Biden, you and I know his health condition today, even though he had left office. Joe Biden, former American president. Everybody in the whole world in America, they know his health condition today. But in Nigeria, you can see. I said we don't even know when Buhari left Nigeria for medical help. We didn't know. Nobody reported it. That is how secretive these people can be. And is it not an embarrassment that you just woke up and you hear that your president, who you believe is still resting in his house in Daura, is already late in UK? Now look at that. So whatever anybody is saying now, they owe us an apology. All the people that packaged Buhari and told all the lies on his behalf, they owe Nigerians apology. Because they just believe that we don't matter. We are not necessary. Why should they tell us we are not human beings? That's the impression they have created. In the Western world where you are, my brother, can this type of thing happen? Meanwhile, they are being treated with taxpayers' money. That is even the irony. You are spending my money and you don't want to tell me what you are spending it for. Is it fair? And when they do this thing, they don't know the implication, because they are trying to psychologically put it in our head that that is the way to go. So when the next person comes on board, he will follow the same line. After all, the Tinubu told us he will continue where Buhari stopped. And you can see it playing out. You can see it playing. I've been saying it that any day I manage to see God, I will ask him, God, why did you bring this type of species of human beings in Africa? With all the things you have blessed us with, why did you bless us with this kind of human beings who have made us the laughing stock of the whole world? The laughing stock of the whole world. With all the things God has created in Africa, all the mineral resources, we don't have leaders with the brain who can manage these resources. Is that not a problem on its own? I will ask God that question, and I mean it. I pray I will see him alive.
Barrister, in a few days, maybe tomorrow or even next, the body will be brought back to Nigeria. People will mourn, and he'll be buried in Daura, most likely. And the question is, you will hear people say, don't say anything bad about the dead. It's part of our culture. We should not, the dead is dead, let him rest. How do you react to that?
There's a limit to it. Nobody is disturbing him. Nobody is disturbing Buhari. We're only saying what he left behind. Is that not the legacy? It is when a man dies that you now know the worth of that man. Nobody is cursing him. Nobody is vilifying him. We're only saying what he did when he was alive and when he was in office. I mean, are we not supposed to say it? And anybody who is trying to package lies, well, I don't know how he will not tell these lies to God. You can lie to a human being. Can you lie to God? We are talking of what we see, what we saw under his regime, which is very obvious to everybody. So nobody is cursing him. There's no need. Even if you say so, it won't have any impact. The dead is already the dead. He's gone. Whatever we are saying now is for others to learn a lesson. Because it's obvious, African leaders don't learn a lesson. They don't. From Idi Amin to Mobutu Sese Seko, these two despots, they died in exile. Dr. Damages, they died in exile after plundering their countries in a miserable manner. But look at what is going on there now with the people that claim to be president. Yoweri Museveni doesn't want to leave office. He has been there. His family are now the owner of Uganda. They forgot what Idi Amin did before he left office. Mobutu Sese Seko said that before him there's no Zaire, after him there's no Zaire, and it happened like that. So, are you not going to talk about these things for history's sake? Are you not going to discuss these things for history's sake? That is the only reason why we are talking about. If not, there's no need. And we are saying it so that those alive will learn. But unfortunately, they don't learn. That's the irony. We say we want to do democracy. Democracy has even become worse than dictatorship. You can imagine these people. What they said that the military should not do, they are doing it 10 times over. What an irony. So, it's unfortunate.
Before I bring in our guests, our people who are joining us to be part of this conversation, I want to ask you, if you are able to meet Tinubu today, based on what happened to Buhari, how he died in London, what are you going to tell him?
I will tell him that since he has already gone to St. Lucia, that means he's a saint. And that means he should repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand. That's all I will tell him.
All right. Darlington, we wanted to talk about Soludo, about what Igbo people, Nigerians in Ghana. We wanted to talk about the election that happened yesterday in Lagos and so many other things. But I think this story has overshadowed most of them for now. So I want to do something that I want to give our audience opportunity to weigh in and have opportunity to interact with you. Maybe the second part of the show, we will go to those topics. So let me bring them in and then have them give them an opportunity to weigh in on what is happening. I don't want to delay that for so long. Welcome to the show, Chris. Chris, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So what is your take on Buhari dying, and what do you want to say to our Barrister Darlington? Any question for him? Any comments?
Nnamdi Kanu said that he died a long time ago, so I have no comment on that one. But I want to talk to Darlington because I follow him on VOP. He's so much advocate of Obi being a second fiddle to Tinubu, not Tinubu, Atiku. And he's so wrong on that issue. I can give him history line. Azikiwe subjected himself to Saduana or whoever. Ekweme subjected himself to Shagari. We didn't do anything. Now, Fulani ethnic nationality went to Yoruba ethnic nationality, according to Rufai, signed agreement with them to take power from a man, an ethnic national, and a German, good luck, and a German. So now, when they were looting, the Fulanis were looting, nobody talked to them. Now it's the turn of the Yorubas to loot, and they are gathering. Second, if Atiku has this muzzle, why didn't he muzzle Buhari out when the South supported him? Third, if I were Tinubu and they bring in Atiku or anything, I will simply come, right. In fact, I will announce the result 2 days before the election. Let them bring down this Nigeria down so that we can see who will suffer. But the most important thing is this: if they cannot follow the agreement they signed with other people, why would Atiku follow the agreement if he signed it with Obi?
All right, thank you.
That's the question I want to ask him.
Dr. Barrister Darlington, what was your take on his comment? I want you to address the first issue because there are still people who believe that, based on what Nnamdi Kanu was saying in the past, that that this wasn't this Buhari is a different Buhari. What do you make of that and the question he raised, which I had for you on your idea that P2B should be second to Atiku?
Dr. Damages, you know there is time and season for everything. What he said, I don't think he read the history very well. Whatever happened in those days, it was part of history. No. There is a new thing now. You know, as at that time, there was not this north and south permutation. We didn't have it. Look, from what Tinubu is doing and what he did in Lagos State, some of us are saying, no, you cannot colonize the whole Nigeria, the whole institutions. And that is why we are saying, look, who will bear the cat here? Who will bear the cat? Because people are not looking at what I said. But now they are not looking at the reasons for what I said. Can an Obi wrestle power from a Tinubu? The answer is capital no. That was where I based my argument. Why not team up so that those votes you people scattered in the last election, bring it together, and Obi can take the south, and Atiku can take the north. Let us even say that Tinubu have the southwest. They can still share the vote there. We are talking of what will make a winning team here. If an Obi want to go it alone, Dr. Damages, let us be sincere to ourselves. Can an Obi do it? The answer is no. Going by the fact that our election is monetized, I don't think Obi can do this thing on his own. And if this not to decide to hands off and said, okay, since you don't want our son, oh yeah, do it on your own. You know the result even before the election. You know the result. Look at the ordinary local government election they did in Lagos State yesterday. What happened? APC cleared everywhere. APC. Did anybody talk? Did anybody complain? Was there any protest? It ended like that. But I know if Tinubu tried to rig an election where a northerner won, in fact, there will be problem for him. He won't even try it. That is what we are saying here. Let the government come out of Tinubu and APC. Then it will clear the way for Obi. Because listen, I even gave examples. I said, look, when God wanted to take the Israelites out of Egypt to their promised land, it was a journey of 40 days. But God made it 40 years. And when inquiries were made, he said he was clearing the promised land within that period. Because if the Israelites were to enter that place at that time, the wild animal there will eat all of them up. Are you wiser than God? No, tell me. God could have made it possible for them to even, in 2 days, they will go to promised land. But will they succeed there? Is it sustainable? I've been saying it. Obi should work with Atiku. Let us bring out this. Atiku cannot stay there forever. He will not stay there forever. He will leave. And when he leaves, and the baton is taken to the south, nobody will drag you with Obi. It's as simple as that.
All right. Thank you, Chris. And we'll continue the conversation. Let me bring in Stay Humble. Stay Humble, welcome to the show. You're muted, Stay Humble. Barrister, before Stay Humble comes on, I wanted to say you didn't say anything about the people still talking about Buhari not being the real Buhari that governed, that was in power.
You know, I told you that no matter how long a lie and a secret lies, it will be revealed one day. Is that not true? Now that he's late, I am sure people like Garba Shehu and all the other people who knew what happened, including that first IG, Idris, he was the first person they called when there was problem in UK. They did not even allow his wife to see him for over 3 months. Everything was in secrecy. Even the Mossad, the Israeli secret service, all the revelation that came from them, they discountenanced it. And they were handing Nnamdi Kanu for saying what he saw and what he had and what was it. We even heard that Queen Elizabeth, the late one, have already written a condolence. But for reason best known to them, it was not, she was not allowed to bring it to Nigeria. You know, when he came back, his office, he couldn't access it. You know, this door that had to do with your fingerprint before you can open, they had to change it to the fingerprint of the person that came back. It's on record.
Barrister, where is the record? How did you know this?
We saw it. That was when Garba Shehu was telling us that the rat invaded the place. That's why he was operating from his home. That's what we are saying. Garba Shehu, he said it. And today, he's telling us that it was a lie. He just used it to divert our attention. You can imagine. How can they be launching a Buhari book and he was not present? I was asking myself that question just a few days ago when Garba Shehu was launching a certain book on Buhari. I said, look at all this. So, how is that possible? So, the whole secrecy will be revealed with time. I am sure of that. I am sure of that.
All right.
If they can reveal what happened Richard Nixon and Watergate, even when you were packaging it in 1972 to go for a second term, but when the heat was much, he had to surrender and left office in 1974, 2 years into his presidency. So no secret will be hidden. Those people who were packaging it in UK, somebody will have conscience to say, look, we have offended this country. We have lied to them about their president. It will come up. It will come up. Under Margaret Thatcher, remember Catch 22. Those things will come up, just like every other secret. It will come up.
All right. Thank you. Stay humble. Welcome.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Dr. Damages, and good evening to the special guest that we have today. Mine is not a question, just admonitions to the guest and then to Dr. Damages himself. Yeah, because I would say that the guest, Mr. Agomuo, belongs to that group, that age, that era of Igbo people who were, let me say, perpetually scarred by the Civil War. So if it's for just them, the guy probably wouldn't be a P2B now because they will be so afraid to even campaign for him in the first place. Yeah, so when you are talking about the continent of Africa, you should stop talking about it in the light of the mineral resources. We have abundant human resources, abundant talent. So we should start talking about our continent based on the human resources we have, not based on the natural resources. Yeah, the past one. Two, I don't know the relationship that Dr. Damages has with this gentleman called Forefathers, who dedicated a whole like 30 minutes to talk about Buhari's achievement. That's a shame, really. Buhari's achievement, yeah, for a whole 30 minutes. I don't think that was good enough, to be honest. Yeah, so I think that's just what I want to say. You cannot dance on the graves of people that Buhari wasted. You know, the future of millions of children that Buhari mortgaged for just short period in power. So dedicating a whole 30 minutes to talk about Buhari's achievements was the lowest point of your.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Stay humble.
Sorry.
Barrister, what's your comment?
Yes. You see, you cannot discuss the mineral resources in Africa without discussing the leaders who are supposed to manage it. It's not possible, except we are living in denial. DR Congo has the highest quantity of mineral resources you can think of anywhere in the world. In fact, without some of the mineral resources in DR Congo today, some of the technological feats you see in Western world will not happen. It will not happen. So why would you talk of the leaders who saw these things and refused to manage? The human resources, where are they? Are they not those people that have jackpot according to Nigerian parlance? Thank God for Donald Trump, who is sending all of them back. All of them are in the UK, US, everywhere. The human resources, where are they? Where are your nuclear scientists? Where are your AI experts? Which technology you have that did not come from the Western world? Meanwhile, this thing could be done here. But the environment, the leaders have made it so toxic that these people cannot operate here. By the way, do you have light? Where is the energy? Where is the electricity to power the so-called technology in Africa? Tell me. So you can't separate the two. What makes a nation strong is their economy. Economy. Mention that great country without a good economy. It can never happen. It's not possible. Mention that great economy without electricity. It is not possible. So when we are talking of African leaders, they are the bane of development in Africa. Some of them are richer than their country. It's a fact. Some African leaders are richer than their country. So why would you not talk about them? Are they not the problem of Africa? They sold out to the white man and they are turned around to complain. So, my dear, it is not possible. The leaders of Africa who were patriotic, they are all gone. They were all hoodwinked into believing that these patriotic leaders are the problem. And some of them were assassinated. Some died in a miserable manner. And now we are left with the chaff. We are left with charlatans. And that is why we are not moving forward. Is it not an embarrassment and a big shame that China, that is only a country, is borrowing an entire African money, a continent? Can you imagine? Is it not a big shame that China built the AU building in Addis Ababa for African leaders, where they go to talk about African affairs? One country built it for an entire continent. My brother, please, don't even let me get annoyed though, because these people, they have injured me. Each time I remember what these African leaders have done, I feel like doing something, seriously.
Barrister Darlington, let me reverse to, I think, what Stay Humble was trying to get you to address. The issue of he's thinking, if I'm correct, I think I read him well, that your generation of Igbo people somehow believe that because of what happened during the war, do not believe that someone like Peter Obi can on his own win election in Nigeria, that he must go behind someone like Atiku to win election. Is that what is going on? Is that what is informing you?
If that is his impression, then he's very, very wrong. That means he has not been listening to me. He has not been listening to me. Look, is it better for Peter Obi to work with Atiku and succeed, or for Peter Obi to go solo and fail? Tell me, with the way Nigerian politics are today. By the way, where was he in 2023? That man that spoke, where was he? Did he come to Lagos to protect the Igbos and what they went through? Because Obi won Tinubu in Lagos. He did not become the president, so he only won just Lagos State, which Tinubu claimed to be his vineyard. Where were all these people? Did they even put out a word or two for those Igbos who suffered in Lagos here? You can see what we are talking about. It is easy to talk or say things, but when it comes to action, are you ready to be in front? Dr. Damages, one of the reasons why Obi lost that election was that there was a certain 58,000 polling units that Obi never had agents there. And so when they were complaining that those polling units, elections were rigged there, the tribunal said, okay, where are your agents to come and validate what you are saying? Let your agent come and tell us that they witnessed what happened. Nobody was present. Is that not a factor? What to stop those agents from? Is it not because they said they didn't get any money? Nobody paid them. Nobody paid them. So if an Obi knows all these things, why does he believe that with the setup now and with the person in power, he will just allow Obi to win him like that? You are no, it's not possible. Until things are normalized, it has to be a gradual process. Yes. You don't jump because people are supporting you, therefore you jump. If you jump and nobody rescues you, what happens? You drown. What is the meaning of people who fought war there? Who told you, look, if we are wary of the war, we will not be talking the way we are talking. We're only giving direction. Because it is said that an elder cannot be there and allow a goat to give birth with rope. We are telling them that I have given so many examples which I wanted them to relate to. You cannot be, okay, mention that big guy, according to Nigerian Parliament, that is behind Obi now. I mean, a money bag that is behind Obi. Mention one person. Let them tell me one person, that money bag, that will even mobilize this obedient to come for meeting, to do what they're supposed to do. Who is that person behind Obi? Obi will fund this thing on his own, and you know it is not possible. He can't carry it. He did not steal money in government. The man in power is in fact, if I'm not mistaken, he must be a trillionaire by now. So which money are you going to use to challenge him? Tell me. The obedient, if they don't mobilize and do campaign, will they win? If there's no money to do all this, will it happen? One of the reasons why Biafra failed, my brother who was talking, is because Ojukwu refused the assistance of Soviet Union. When they wanted to help Biafra and then drill the oil for 10 years after the war, Ojukwu refused. They left and even joined the federal side. Are you telling me that if not for America and the UK, a small Israel will be flexing muscle in the Middle East? Tell me, is it possible? Can Israel be flexing muscle if not for the backup they are getting from America and other Western countries? So, my dear, go and do your mathematics very well, though. The man there said he planned it for 30 years. If Obi planned himself for 4 years, is it too much?
All right. Thank you, Barrister. Revolution Now, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening, Doctor, and everybody in the panel. Anyway, I must start by welcoming our guest, but he's not my fan at all. I don't like him personally. His opinion, I mean, I don't like his opinion at all. You know why I say so, Doctor? You see, the Igbos, especially this group of Igbo men who have been, the Igbos look up to them because they believe that they are well educated, they are barristers, they've made it in life. He's not a poor man. So for them, it's okay. Nobody should say any other thing. They know it all. Even if you bring a suggestion, they press it down. Because last time in VOP, he was having a challenge with our guest yesterday. He was trying to make a point. Barrister said no, that by force we have to believe what he's saying. I just want to make that. To put my guideline first. And the question I want to ask him, Doctor, is why is he against Sowore? Why? Why? Because when they say that Obi doesn't have no godfather, Obi doesn't have money to spend, we are this, we are that. Why is he putting down people who are ready to risk their life to fight for the freedom of the young people? That is the question I have for him. Thank you.
All right. I think for the moment, I think our guest's connection is off and we will get him back. In the meantime, I want to thank all of you for joining us. We shifted the direction of our program based on what happened this morning, the news about Buhari dying. I see, is that Omoye? I see, sorry, my computer is having challenges seeing the names of the guests. Yeah, okay, Omoye is here. I see UPS, USP. Welcome to the show. We are going to get him back, the guest on the show. In the meantime, let me see. Omoye, what do you want to say? Let me hear you.
I wanted to first of all, greetings to everyone. Dr. Damages, thank you for bringing Barrister Darlington. I want him to hear this. So he's our Michael Jackson over here. He has fans. So he's our Mike. So you can imagine my excitement, that Barrister Darlington finally, I was like, oh my God, Dr. Damages, this is really good. I appreciate the fact that he speaks the truth boldly. And he's not, the fact that he lives in Nigeria, he's able to speak the truth raw. I appreciate him for that. But I disagree with him with regards to him saying that Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency President Peter Obi should come behind Atiku. The young people and most Nigerians, even the middle-aged and the old, support Peter Obi greatly. Okay? So if Atiku wants to be very relevant, this is an opportunity for Atiku to back Peter Obi. After all, the Southeast has supported Atiku in his ambition over and over again. Is it not time for grandfather, granddaddy, grandpa to support an Obi and throw his weight behind him? This whole idea of, let's only through a northerner that Peter Obi can be president. I reject that analogy. We as a people, it's up to us to put our money where our mouth is and ensure that Peter Obi comes in. We agree we goofed in 2023 where we were supposed to really match energy for energy. But this time around, we should not be entertaining retired old men to be president. Barrister Darlington can become president. I will vote Barrister Darlington. I will support Barrister Darlington. Why? Because he speaks the truth. So, Barrister Darlington, I was saying earlier that I appreciate you for your boldness. You are our Michael Jackson here. You need to see how excited we were when we heard you were coming to Dr. Damages. We were dancing all these latest steps in town. Because we say, wow, our Michael Jackson is here. Let's go and support. This is why we are here. But the only point I disagree with him is always push this old man, Barrister Darlington, please, the favor you will do for me, that we even make you higher than Michael Jackson in our eyes, is for you to talk to Atiku. Tell him, back Obi. We've been supporting churches have supported Atiku enough. He should put his own ambition aside for the future of that country and back Peter Obi. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome, sir.
All right. Can I respond now? Sorry for
Go ahead, Barrister. Go ahead, Barrister.
Yeah. Now, the first person that spoke, who said he's not my fan, I didn't get his final thoughts. I didn't get it. I wasn't.
Should I come in again, Doctor, please?
Revolution. Okay, go ahead. But if you hold on, Barrister, answer Omoye first, and then.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now you see, most times in politics, 2 + 2 cannot give you 4, especially in Nigeria. Seriously, are you telling me that Niccolò Machiavelli didn't know what he was saying when he wrote The Prince and told you that the end justifies the means? If Obasanjo did not kneel down to beg Atiku to allow him to go for second term, and Atiku yielded for him the floor, Obasanjo wouldn't have gone for second term. He wouldn't have become a second term president in Nigeria. It's on record. Obasanjo knelt down because as at that time, he had lost favor with a party, all the PDP governors. I am giving you examples. How many stoop to conquer? And I told you why. If Obi were to go it alone, because of the monetization of politics in Nigeria, he may not succeed. That is my reason. Is there any other thing I said? Why can't people counter that particular point? As of today, Labour Party don't want to be. You can see the crisis APC have created in all the opposition party. And Obi could not handle any of them. So, are you not going to run from a platform called a political party? PDP is in disarray. Labour Party is in disarray. Where will Obi contest from? The people that are talking, they don't know what is going on here. They don't know. Seriously. And we are trying to educate them. As of today, if Obi is not careful, he may be partyless. I'm telling you, he may be partyless. So what happens at the end of the day? You are not thinking of that, Abi?
But Barrister Darlington, why can't Atiku back Peter Obi? Why you are saying that Peter Obi? So should Peter Obi go down on his knees?
Hold on. I am coming. This coalition is funded by Atiku. He's the arrowhead here. He's the one gathering all these big wigs in politics because he was a member of PDP. And all these people, if you check, all the big wigs, they were PDP people. All the people that are flooding into ADC today, Atiku brought them because of their old relationship. People like David Mark and the rest, it's only Atiku that can mobilize these people. You mean after doing all this, he will hand it over to Obi? If you are a politician, will you do that?
That's the problem. Why can't he do that? For the sake of the future and the children, why can he not do that? Why is that so difficult for these grandpas to do? Why can't he say for the future and to save this country, let me put my weight behind a candidate that is truly loved, that the people want? Why can he not do? Why is he being selfish? Why are they pushing grandpa on us? Where we have somebody who can do the work. Peter Obi, look, they might promise that, yes, oh yeah, Peter Obi is going to come. That is not true. That is not true. That is the lie. That is the propaganda. I understand what you're saying. The propaganda is that Peter Obi cannot go at it alone. That's what you're saying. That's what they keep pushing. However, if the article with his power and his dollars decide that, okay, let me push, let me stay behind this guy as my guy.
Hold on.
Why are we so quick to put our best in the back? Why can't we say this? I will appreciate it, the Barrister Darlington, because you are somebody I really respect and I listen. There's no way I don't listen. I follow you everywhere. This your voice. If you can use it to say article, if you can back Peter Obi, I will appreciate it.
All right.
You don't understand. Look, okay. You have forgotten how they got to behave politically. They vote in block. They listen to their emir. It is what they are told that they listen to. They are more particular about their person, not you. Where will Obi get the vote from the north? If you're not,
can Atiku win on his own? Can Atiku win on his own? Atiku cannot win on his own. Peter Obi beat him in his own village.
Okay, you know what? Let us not overflow this issue. Let them go into their primaries. I think they said there will be primaries. Let them go into the primary. Whoever wins, is that not the person that will carry the flag? Let them go into the primaries then. After all, nobody is saying that Obi is not qualified. But I'm telling you how Obi can win this thing without any hassles. I am telling you because I know these things. I know how it works here. But since people are insisting, when the time comes, all of you should come and back Obi. That's what I'm saying. You should come and back Obi, money for money, campaign for campaign, because that is what is
we backed him before, we will back him again. But Barrister Darlington, thank you very much. I don't watch you. You are still my Michael Jackson,
Hold on. This is I told you now that Obi is going through, especially in Labour Party. Has he gotten any assistance from anybody? He's on the way out of Labour Party because APC doesn't want Labour Party to succeed. You can see what is going on there. You want an Obi to become an area boy all of a sudden because you want to contest the election. It can't happen. You see what Wike is doing in the PDP. No thanks to Tinubu. You are discussing some of these things. I don't know why you are not looking at what I'm looking at. I don't know why. Where would Obi contest from? Is it not from a party? All the parties have been rendered impotent by APC. But they have been rendered impotent. And nobody is coming to the rescue of Obi. He's the one who doing all this in alone. I ask you again, who is that money bag that is backing Obi today? Who have been going about with him? Mention that person. Please mention the person. You can see.
All right. All right.
When his brother's house was put down in Atikeja, what happened? Who protested? Who said anything? My dear, it is easy to talk. It is easy to talk, but we are telling you how you can get this in. And I gave you examples in history. I gave you examples. God waited for Moses for 80 years before he deployed him to Egypt to go and deliver the Israelites. Why didn't God choose Aaron?
God did not choose Atiku. God cannot choose Atiku. I'm sorry. He's been rejected. Anyway, I hear you, but no, I don't agree with you on that. Thank you very much.
No problem. The election will soon be here. It will soon be here. Then we can test our predictions.
All right. Thank you, Omoye. Thank you so much. We'll get a chance maybe to ask another question from you, but let me invite the next person. I think
there was this question I have not attended to.
Doctor, make I just throw him for him fast.
Okay, go ahead. Revolution now.
You see, just what my sister. You see the problem with the age group of this man and that of my father. Them, you can't beat them. Join them. People will continue to suffer. Nobody knew. That was why I asked him that question before he left. I said, why do you reject Sowore? People who are fighting what he's trying to avoid. Why do you reject him? Thank you.
Good. Fine. Now,
please,
in
sorry,
politics,
don't give us that answer of say it's working for Tinubu. Don't give us that answer.
No. I am not going there. Hold on. I am not going there. You are trying to preempt me, Abi. No wonder you are a revolution like a Showore. Now, let me ask you, is it not in politics that you test your strength politically? Since Showore has been contesting Dr. Damages, ask that caller, how many votes has he won? Tell me. It's not up to 100,000 votes.
The one they allocated to him. Oh. The one they allocated to him.
Oh, really? And you were there. A whole revolution like you. You didn't come and join Showore to give him at least 20 million votes.
Because you people destroyed Showore before the election. If
you can imagine.
Not true now. Not be can imagine. We they listen to you now every day.
Listen very well. Listen. Showore has tested his strength. Listen, I advise Showore. I told him, go to Ondo State, your state. Contest for at least chairmanship of a local government.
The way you are now advising Obi to step down for Atiku.
You said what?
I said the way now you are advising Obi to step down for Atiku.
I am telling you, hold on. You claim you're a younger person. That is how you people reason. You are looking at the surface. We are looking at the inner side of things. It is only the deep that can call on the deep. I ask you a question with Showore. All his human rights activities, all the protests, how many votes has he won since he has been
That's why we are answering you that you people destroy him before the vote.
Same thing. But if Showore, listen very well, if Showore have joined somebody of note, he would have made a headway. If Showore have gone for either state assembly or national assembly, he would have made the part from his state on those states. That's what I advise him. Is that a wrong advice?
Very wrong.
What experience does he have to rule Nigeria? I mean, Showore. What experience?
The ones that are ruling, what experience do they have?
They have been there. They have been there. All of them have been there.
And what did they give us? What's the
All right.
What I'm saying is that what vote did Showore get? Answer me. You have not answered that question. So, case closed.
All right. Thank you, Barrister. Let's go to UPS. UPS, welcome to the show.
You don't want me to ask you.
No, after UPS, KJ,
Good evening, everybody. There is something I want to let Barrister know. Everybody feel Obi can't win an election. But we all saw what happened in the last election. And it took everybody on surprise. And this time, Obedience Movement will do more than they did in the last election. Because I'm a member of the Obedience Movement.
Okay.
And that coalition, if Obi is not in the front, that coalition will not work.
Okay. Is that right?
I'm saying,
we have had you. They did the local government election in Lagos State.
Atiku should back Peter Obi and let's take APC out of power.
Okay.
If Atiku carry the ticket, Obedience, that coalition will not work. Obi has to carry the tickets. And when Atiku back Obi, that result will not be rigged. Because if it is rigged, the North will come out.
Mm-hmm.
And when the North come out to protest, they know how big that protest is going to be.
Is that not what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is, Obi should be the leader. Atiku should back him up.
Okay.
Then let a Northerner be the vice president. Because all you are saying is Atiku should be the person heading the coalition. And if Atiku be the person heading the coalition, you are forgetting that this 4 years is for the South. I mean, yes, It's not for the North. And after that 4 years, it goes to the North. That's another 8 years. So where will Obi get the ticket again? So now that is the turn of the South. Now that is the turn of the South, Atiku should back him up. And let us win them.
All right, thank you.
Because Atiku has the money. He has the money to match anybody. He was the former vice. And with that big help, APC is gone.
Okay.
All right, Barrister.
Yes, you see, he has even contradicted himself. He said if the election is rigged, the North will come out in protest. Now, the North cannot protest if Obi is the president they rigged out. Quote me. The North cannot protest if Obi is the president they rigged out. But if it is their own, they will mobilize all the resources available to them. That is the
amount of the love from the North for Obi is massive.
Okay.
Even in the cabinet of Atiku, it's massive.
Okay. Now, my brother, let us not dwell too much on these issues because when we get to the bridge, we think of crossing it. I've given you examples which you have just discussed.
The only thing I'm saying is they should open the primary, like they should make the primary. They should not do any mago for the primary. Let the primary just be let it be free and fair, and let everybody see who will come out from the primaries.
Are you serious?
I'm very, very serious. Because we have joined the coalition and we are going to vote our leader.
Listen very well. Listen very well.
I'm listening.
Listen, even God, the Almighty God, is not a nice man. Are you aware?
I'm aware of that.
Why would you say he will give somebody's land to some people because they are his choosing one, and the problem is raging up to today?
So who is the person?
What are you saying? It's God that did it now.
Okay.
It's God. God will promise some people land. Meanwhile, some people are on that land. And that is why there's no peace in that place up to today. Is that not true?
That's not true.
Is that not true?
That's not true.
That means you have not read your Bible very well. You have not read your Bible. What I'm telling you is that you stoop to conquer. Forget about all this permutation you are telling me now. When the chiefs are done, you will not be there. I told you that the election that happened in Lagos State yesterday, where we are the obedient movement.
Atiku will become the president. And after this 4 years, he's going back to the North. Another 8 years again.
Listen. The North already know. If Atiku will do 4 years because he knows that he stole that 4 years from the South. If at all he will win. Are you getting me? The so-called North and South to still remain. Nothing can change it. So if Atiku takes 4 years from the South, he will do only 4 years. Obi will not take over. It's as simple as that.
All right.
Thank
you, UPS. Let's go to KJ. KJ, welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Damages. Thank you for bringing this special guest, Mr. Ogochukwu. Barrister Ogochukwu, rather. I appreciate your commentary. I appreciate your contribution. I celebrate you greatly. Those days when we were in primary school, we used to go to the radio to listen to one NS Okonkwo. You have now taken that place. That title can be given to you now because people gather their radio.
I am not a sports commentator.
No, your commentary on politics in Nigeria is quite educative and also very entertaining. So anybody who wants to be educated and has an open heart should listen to you. You see, the good thing about political commentary is that you must not agree with everybody and all.
Of course, I agree.
So, I mean,
that's why they are my fans.
Yes. So we celebrate you greatly. Thank you for coming. Thank you also for your commentary. I wanted to put something across to you. I don't know if you ever had the, on Buhari's death many years ago, although they are attributing his passing and the stories behind it to that of Nnamdi Kanu. But even that year that Nnamdi Kanu talked about his passing, Bishop Oyedepo also was in one of his sermons said he has a credible information and has all that documents that the guy had passed. But that was not dwelt on for a long time. But I have a video. If you don't want, I can send it to him. I haven't said that. One other thing I want to say is this. Is there a possibility? I mean, I'm just throwing this out. Is there a possibility that Atiku will ever phantom to support Obi going forward? And if that doesn't happen, can Obi be able to mobilize the North himself to go for all alone for himself?
That is the issue. That is where I've been hammering my point. It is said that with special arrangement, devil can see God. Is that not true?
Yes.
After all, when he wanted to tempt Job, God gave him the permission to go and try Job.
Yes.
So they still communicate. So if an Obi can display his brickmanship and then talk to Atiku, whether he can kneel down like Obasanjo knelt down for Atiku. After all, if he does that, there is nothing wrong. Somebody has knelt down before him before. So if Obi can go to Atiku and say, my Oga, because he was his vice before, allow me to do this. Look at what is at stake. Look at what people are saying. If Obi can pull that, no problem. But if all of them begin to, hold their ground out of pride and ego, it will elude the two of them at the end of the day. Because as of today, nobody is challenging Tinubu in APC. That means whatever vote APC will get is going to Tinubu and block. But Obi and Atiku are trying to divide their vote now, the way things are. That is the issue here. So can an Obi stoop down and get this thing? It does not matter who will kill a snake, whether a woman or a man. The important is that let the snake die first. That's what we are saying here. I have given a lot of examples with my own argument. So if they don't want to believe, no problem. But I'm saying it that Obi should find a way to manage these things so that he doesn't lose both ways, and so that they don't laugh at him. All right. That's my own submission here.
Thank you, Barrister. We are going to take Ovie and Forefathers. We take a break, and when we come back, we go to other topics because there are many, many topics to discuss. Ovie, go ahead.
No problem.
Ovie, go ahead.
Thank you, Doctor. Greetings, especially our guests. This is my first time listening to your rationale, and I think I kind of agree with your reasoning along Obi and Showore. But what I don't understand is that how, if you don't see any route possible for Obi to become president in 2027, I don't see then what is the logic in, how do you come to the conclusion that the article can actually pull it up? Because from your own words, you agree that it's practically impossible to unseat Tinubu based on the kind of politics it is and the kind of person he is and how grounded it is in the system. So if Obi can do it,
the goalposts have said, the North have already told Tinubu, we are not behind you. The North told him. They told him that they will not support him for second term. And you can see that all the governors that are defecting into APC, none of them are from the North. None of them is only the South. That was why Tinubu ran to the Southeast and South-South to go and woo governors and voters. The North have told him, we are not with you again. And so they will be looking for their own. If an Atiku, of course, he has some level of leverage in the North. apart from being a Muslim, he's a Fulani man. And the Fulani, they have overriding influence in the north. All he needed is to talk to the emir. The emirs will talk to the imams in the mosque, and the deal is done. So, who will do that for Obi? That's the question here. Who will do that for Obi? The ordinary local government election they did here, it was all the Labour Party people that they were after, they were against. Go and see what is going on. What did Obi do? Did Obi come here to campaign for all those people, all the Labour Party people that are contesting? He didn't come. He didn't come. So what are you telling me?
But Barrister,
sir, what of if the North decide to forgive Tinubu between now and the election? So what would that be? Because what we are saying, only his crime is that the North are not with him. But what if they change their mind because it's politics? Anything is possible.
No, I don't think they will do that because Tinubu have not repented.
What sin did he commit, sir? If I may ask, what is his crime?
The same way he forgave Sanwo-Olu. You remember when he told Sanwo-Olu, your sins are forgiven. Let the North to tell him that his own sins are forgiven. Then we can take it off from there.
All right. We are going to let forefathers ask a question, and then we take a break. We'll be right back with more questions and commentary. Forefathers.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Dr. Damages. Greetings. Greetings to all the panelists, the chat, and to the viewers, and special greetings to Barrister Agomuo. I think most of the audience that have been saying that Atiku should go support Peter Obi, they do have a point. I'm not sure they are enunciating it properly or describing the reasons properly. If you look at the Nigerian election space, whenever a southern and a northern president are running, the southeast, the south line up behind the southern candidate. So in other words, and I've had many southerners, including southeasterners, that hate Tinubu, say they are willing to vote Tinubu to prevent Atiku from coming to office. So the argument that you are making is not even going to work. It's not even viable. You look at the election results. Whenever a southerner is in that ballot, the South will always go with the South. And Atiku doesn't even stand a chance at all. And also, during the previous primaries for the presidential election in PDP, after PDP selected Atiku and APC selected Tinubu, suddenly there was a surge of support for Peter Obi. If PDP had selected Wike, he would not have the obedience. If APC had selected Osibanjo, you will not even have the obedience. What that is telling you that there is a chunk of voters out there, whether you call it the NSAS vote or the younger voters, that don't want these old men. So whatever Atiku is trying to do right now, if he thinks he's going to be on that ticket and expect to win, it's not going to happen, because even if Peter Obi doesn't run or Peter Obi backs him, the southern voters will still vote for Peter. The indication based on previous results, they will still vote at Tinubu. Nigerians are so weird like that they are so dogmatic about these things. They believe in this rotational system of government. They don't. The last thing that they want is another Fulani in office just after Buhari. They will not. For better or for worse, I mean, you like it or you don't like it. That is their behavior. I've seen many Southeasterners telling me that they are willing to vote Tinubu or sit at home instead of voting for Atiku. So what do you make of that? And now the question I'm going to ask is, do you think if Atiku decides that this is a thought experiment, he decides to back Peter Obi and encouraging Peter Obi to select a candidate that he prefers, like El-Rufai or Ganduje? I don't know what's the name of the. There was Tambowa or something. His own kind of person for the VP. Do you think there is a chance Peter Obi is likely to win that election? Thank you.
Yes. Yes, because I just told you the reason. The North, as a bloc, have told the Tinubu they will not back him. They made it clear. And all this jumpology that is going on among governors in the South, you can't find it in the North. Even though some of them are, a PDP, Labour Party, I think only PDP and maybe SDP. And then the rest, APC. All of them are staying put in the North. They refuse to defect to APC. Why do you think it is so? It's because of that block vote they have already decided to give to their own. That's just the simple reason. So, Anobi needed a Northerner to win. Already, the Southern vote is intact for him. And most people from the Southwest, they will equally vote for him. But he needed somebody. He needed somebody to help him to get to this promised land. He can't do it alone. I just gave you examples here. That example is very germane. You must listen to it. Obi needed money to finance this thing, to go around, to educate people, to tell them. Look at what is going on in Lagos State here. Because they don't want what happened last time to happen again. If Obi won Lagos State last time, they will make sure it will not happen, except there was a strong campaign in Lagos State. Except there's a strong campaign that will galvanize people. If not, the vote may even reduce in Lagos in the next election. Because Tinubu is prepared to make sure that he is not disgraced again in Lagos State. That's the truth. That is the truth.
But based on the analysis, it's clear that Atiku will not win too. So is that not clear to you? Is it not clear to you that Atiku doesn't stand a chance of winning?
No, he may win if there's an understanding between him and Obi. That's the truth. If Obi should not
historically, the South has never supported a candidate from the North when there's another Southerner on that ticket. They will historically they've never done it.
No.
Name one.
No, I don't think so.
Which one, man?
I don't think so. The only thing is that this North and South permutation, it favors the North most time. That is why it looks as if the South doesn't vote the Northerner. No, we have always surrendered to them. During the Buhari era, both his first and second term, yes, he didn't get much vote from the South, and you know the reason. The South did not give him votes, and you know the reason.
No, sorry.
No, Fafada, you have to take a break, and we'll be back so that our guest needs a break too. We take a break. When we come back, we continue the conversation with Barrister Darlington. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
No problem.
All right.
When I
Welcome
say
back.
that the APC presidential candidate is a creation of the media, you know why? All these years he has been in Lagos State, the press have not been covering Alausa very well. They have not been telling Nigerians or Lagosians what is going on in Alausa. That was why this man became so powerful to himself. The media have not been exposing Tinubu and what he did in Lagos State. They have been so kind to him. All the evil going on in Lagos State in Alausa, nobody uncovers it. Everything about Lagos State is run like a secret court. If you are not a member, you know what is going on. And the media have not been able to expose what is going on here. For example, all the money that Lagos State is generating, where is it going to? What is the relationship between Alpha Beta and Lagos State government? Who owns it?
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for staying with us. We are having a conversation with Barrister Darlington Agomuo, who is joining us. He's an analyst with Voice of the People TV and also 90.3 FM Lagos. Most of you follow him on those platforms. He's currently off, I think, internet connection out of Lagos, but he will join us back and we will continue the conversation on what's going on in Nigeria. We started with the death of former President Muhammadu Buhari in London last night. And we're going to continue the conversation on several other topics. And one of them is really, I want him to address the issue that our own governor of Anambra State raised while he was here in Washington. I believe I have the video where he said that people who are committing crime in the Southeast, there are 99.9% of them are Igbo people. And that has played into the situation out there in Ghana, where some people are kicking that Nigerians should leave Ghana. It started with protest over a king, someone who was made the king of Igbo people in Ghana. So I want him to weigh in on that. There are other issues like the position of the Vice President Kashim Shettima in Tinubu's government. I also want him to weigh on that. While we wait for him to join us, let me play this video. I'll come back to you guys if he's having difficulties joining us. I want to play this video of a speech made by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie in Enugu about the situation in the Southeast, which is something I wanted our guest, Darlington, to address.
And so on the basis of these shared cultural values, Igbo must unite and strive to become a beacon for Nigeria and indeed for Africa. It is not too late. It is dire, but it is not too late. Let us stop making excuses for ourselves. Don't say that poverty is the reason that we are sliding into this barbarism. Poverty is not the reason. Igbo land was not rich in the 1900s. We were poor, and yet we did not worship money in this way. We did not slide into barbarism. We did not kill one another. We believed in basic things, in telling the truth.
Yes, Barrister.
In standing for moral ideas.
I know you are back.
In not stealing.
Let's listen a little bit to this video and then I'll come back to you.
Transparent.
All right.
And by the way, the world today is full of cultures and peoples who are poor. And yet they maintain their values. And yet they do not descend into a doomed abyss of evil. For that is indeed the most appropriate word for the disregard for human life that is happening in Igbo land today. Evil. Ndi Igbo, let us wake up. Kaiteta nola. Let us refuse to participate. Refuse to celebrate money whose source you do not know. Let us celebrate alternative things. Let us celebrate knowledge. Let us celebrate scholarship. Let us celebrate hard work. Let us celebrate community. we must remember that we are a great people. We have to remember that we are people who make remarkable sacrifices to live their dreams wherever they find themselves. We are people who have mastered the art of surviving the most unaccustomed parts of the earth. Let us not forget the wonderful, unique apprenticeship system that we have, Mwa boy. Often we forget the Mwa girl, where young women learn things like sewing from women, and the wonderful and unique rituals and expectations that those involve.
Welcome back, everybody. We are having a conversation today with Barrister Darlington. Most of you know him from Voice of the People TV out of Lagos. Thank you so much for joining us. He's back in the studio. Barrister, thank you so much. So let's continue the conversation. I know before we left off, I see Victory. Victory came in, and I want Victory to have opportunity to speak to Barrister before I ask him the question about the Igbo situation, especially out of what Solu, the governor of Anambra State, said in Maryland last week. Victory, go ahead.
Thank you, Doctor. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Barrister Darlington. I'm a bit. I don't know. I've not really joined for that long. I think I've been listening for the last 20 minutes, and I'm a bit concerned with how you're phrasing your. Hello, Doctor. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think he can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I'm a bit concerned how he's been saying that Atiku should be the kind of the flag bearer, or Obi should kind of kneel down for Atiku to let Obi be the flag bearer. The thing is that right at this point, I think this is one of the good reasons why people like Atiku should be coming to Dr. Damini to be listening to what people are saying, because it's either Atiku is seriously delusional, or he's playing a prank just to like confuse the APC people, and at the last minute everything will go to Obi, or he's actually working for Tinubu himself, or the other hand, I would say that he's working for the empire to keep Nigeria where it is right now. Like, let me tell you, nobody from the South will vote for Atiku, right? People would rather stay at home or vote for Tinubu, and Tinubu having the power of incumbency is going to maneuver the remaining 5 or 6 states that he needs to win the presidency. So at this point, either Atiku has lost his mind for him to think that anybody from the South will vote for him. This is the same Atiku that BJ, when Jonathan was there, when Jonathan wanted to contest, he fought Jonathan, he left PDP. 2019, nobody from the South contested the days then. It was him against Buhari. 2023, the same thing. He had maneuvered the primary in PDP. He got the ticket, and now he's coming back again. For me, it's clear. It's either Atiku has actually lost his mind, or is working for Tinubu, or is working for the empire for him to think that anybody will vote for him from the South. And people that are talking for him, people that are going down in the media saying, "Oh, it has to be Atiku," let them eat his money enough. They should take enough dollar for him. But I'm telling him that he's not going to win. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you, Victory. Our guest is trying to reconnect. You know, when you are in Nigeria, you have to expect internet to be this way. But I heard what you said, and when he's back, I will get him to address that. Let me go to John Abba while we wait for him to join us again. John Abba, what is your take?
Dr. Reddit, Menawa, it's nice to see you again, and fellow panelists. In general, I've been watching. I think Barrister is so much aware of the dynamic of Nigerian politics, and I can also understand where the Obi fans are coming from. I always say that no tribes win election in Nigeria, or no particular demography. If you say it's North and you're from the North and the Northerners vote for you, give you the opportunity to win. or you from the east and the Igbo vote for you, or you from the west and the Yorubas vote for you, you can't win an election like that again in Nigeria. You have to find a strategy where you appeal to few and then your base, and then you win the election. If I think we go with Toby and Toby will convince few of his followers and some of those who are also, there are so many well-informed Easterners that knows that I think we still hold in his inner caucus. So if that happens, fine. But whether Obi or Peter Obi or Atiku, they are not my fan. I'm not in that low level, but Nigerian politics is to where the whole mindset of us as a Nigeria or black people is not changed so much. So when I listen to some of those things, they keep me back. We have to understand that beyond politics of Nigeria, we all have responsibility as a people to. I was listening to the video you play of the young lady, and I heard her say, "Let's find alternative to what we think is rich, whether that money." And I think he's speaking to the deep culture of where for the people she was speaking to. So let's find alternative to our way of life. The only thing that I find amazing is Barrister saying that Donald Trump is doing well by sending the best brain back to Nigeria. That is it's laughable. The best brain want to stay in Nigeria. It's Nigerian that never want the best brain to work in Nigeria. So it's not like the best brain of Nigerian decided to leave Nigeria. And even as it is now, even if the best brain come back, they're still going to face with a lot of frustration, and it's still not going to be the same. The only thing I know for sure, if overwhelming majority of Nigerians in diaspora go to Nigeria, of course, they will refuse to be treated the way fellow Nigerians have been treated. That is for sure. But as it is, if it's just a few, it's not going to change that much. Having said that, it's always a pleasure to see you. If you survive coming back from Nigerian trip, your glasses look the same. I hope you could have changed it by now. Forefathers own is looking like it's in the moon, but I think it's here. Good to see you.
All right, thank you, Janaba. I was in your hometown. You said it's not your hometown, but I was in your
No. I know. You are like when you went to Okpoga. Okpoga is like 15 minutes to my village. I'm
all
from.
right.
Thank you, and it's a good trip. Thank you for going all the way for whatever the reason you go. After you left, 200 and people, 200 and something people were killed after you left.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we have you back. You are not caught in the fire.
Thank you so much. So it's also a reason to remember that there are implications for all these issues we discussed about. We're waiting for our guest to join us again. I know he's trying, but in the meantime, Ike, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Dr. Damages.
Yeah, how are you, Ike?
Thank God for today. Good afternoon, everybody, and good morning and good evening from wherever you are joining us today.
All right, so Ike, yeah, we're waiting for Barrister to join us again, but we've been talking about Buhari's death, issues in the news across Nigeria and Africa. So what is your take? You can start with Buhari while we wait for him to join us.
The former president, may his soul rest in peace. God gives and God takes. For his family, friends, and those who are close to him, I pray that they have the fortitude to bear the loss. Like they used to say, his legacies is what is going to be speaking for him as he's laid to rest. And I think I'm not ready to dive into that for now. I came in purposely for Barrister Darlington Agomuo or so. Ugochukwu. So I've been hearing. I came purposely because of the issue of Obi and Atiku, and I wanted to speak to him directly. I wanted to talk to him because probably he might not be older than me, and even if he's older than me, it might be maybe 2, 3, 4 years. So at this our age in life, ndị Igbo si na okenye a na-anọ n'ụlọ ewu anwụọ n'ọgbụrị, and okenye da na-agwa ofe owuwo, okenye da ama otu esi agwa ofe arụrụ ala ka ọwụ. This is the problem we have in Igbo land today. Those people who claim to be education, who claim to be, intellectuals, who claim to be, the people of the middle class, who claim to know everything, is either their way or no way. Because what Barrister Darlington has decided to represent here is representing the Nwobodo of our time. The same thing Nwobodo did against Ekwueme in the PDP. That is what he's doing. The same thing Ekwueme did to Obi during the time of PDP. The same thing Umahi. The same thing all these people I'm calling about. The same thing the governor of Imo State, the Enugu State, Anambra State. These are the people who are saying that the Igbo people would not see good. Whenever that it is the time of the Igbo people to assume a political space in Nigeria, they will be bringing so many reasons why we should wait and why we should dance to the tune of other people. The political problem we have in political party today was caused by Atiku because of his greed. 2023 was a time that he was for the people from the south. But what did he do? He played the same card. If the zone into the south is going to contest, but he actually know that it was the turn of the people of the southeast. Mr. Peter Obi was his vice presidential candidate in 2019. But because of his greed for power, he decided to cause the political upheaval that we have up to today. Why do we not have political parties today? It's because of the greed of Mr. Atiku. Because he single-handedly destroyed the PDP and Wike took over. And the same thing, he has destroyed every other political party because of his greed to assume power in Nigeria. Because he believed that because of his money, he believed that he can buy his way to become the president of Nigeria. 2023, Mr. Peter Obi won in his state, Adamawa State. What is he telling me? Who is Mr. Darlington to tell me as a people from the south and as a able man that it is only Mr. Peter Obi should go as Vice President Atiku? It's an insult. It's an insult to an Igbo man, to an Igbo race, for this man at his level of understanding and education, for him to stand in the public space to say that I should buy what he's selling to me, that Mr. Peter Obi should be vice presidential candidate to Atiku. On what basis? On what ground? The presidency of Nigeria has remained in the south, and it shall remain in the south. It's after 4 years, 2031, it goes to the north. I stand on that principle. I stand on that premise that if at the end of the day that it is what their politics are trying to play, the South people will stay out, or we vote to move back to stay 8 years. Atiku will not go back to Asorok. He can never. Because he cannot win. Where will he get the vote? From where will he get that vote to win? Which vote is he going to? He's going to get the vote from Plateau State, from Benue State, from Nasarawa State, from Gombe. Where is he going to get the vote? Is he going to get it in the west? Is he going to get it in the southeast? Is he going to get it in the south side? The Igbo people have sacrificed for Nigeria during the time of Ekwueme, during the time of Shagari. Ojukwu had a political party, but the southeast voted for NPA. Even in the midst of Ojukwu, during the time of PDP, the southeast has given PDP more than what any other tribe in Nigeria has given to PDP. when it was time for the Southeast to benefit from their sacrifice and love and the loyalty and obedience to PDP, what did they do? They played the politics. They played the card politics of an Igbo man. And he became weak and Atiku. And at the end of the day, Mr. Peter Obi walked away. And he went to Labour Party. The race is history for every one of us. So if anybody here who is telling me that Mr. Peter Obi is not worthy to go to be the president of this country or to contest election in whatever platform, let me tell Dr. Barrister Darlington. Today, Abudi went to meet with Mr. Wike. Whatever that is happening to political parties today in Nigeria, if you are honest to yourself, you who claim to live in Nigeria, who claim to be an analyst, who knows everything, is either your way or not nobody's way. That you know what has been going on in all these political parties, that it was the machinery of APC and Wike and his group that have destroyed every other political party. So you come here to tell me Mr. Peter Obi could not settle the problem in Labour Party. And because of that, he should surrender 6 million votes to a man who has contested the presidency of this country for 6 times, and by 2027, he's going to be 81 years. Is Nigerians, are we cursed? So I want to tell him, first of all, that the presidency of Nigeria in 2027 must remain in the South. It is not negotiable. It is not debatable. If Peter Obi cannot get it, let the man from Bodilon remain there. Atiku is no for nobody. So with all those money he has, the best bet that he has is to use that money and his connection to say, Mr. Peter Obi, go. And I am going to present you the vice presidential candidate that are going to use to run this election in 2027. Any other thing anybody is selling, all these people who have decided to betray the Igbo people, Kenneth Okonkwo has joined. He has become the Nwobodo of our time. You see? So these are the people, all these people you see, they plant here and there, is to come and see the feelings of the Igbos. But I want to tell you, Mr. Peter Obi is an open book. Mr. Peter Obi is an open book. You don't need anybody to tell you who Mr. Peter Obi is. He's a book that everybody has read. Since 2022 up to today, he is in the political space of Nigeria. He has gone every crannies and nooks of corners of this country, trying to market who he is. He's an open book. Mr. Peter Obi doesn't need people like Barrister Darlington to tell him he doesn't have a money bag. We don't need money bag to rule Nigeria. The money bag they have, which money? The money that belongs to me and you, that they have stolen on their own. 2023, there was no money bag. And we surprised Nigerians. And I want to tell him, because I am speaking for my children and my grandchildren. I am 62 years as I'm sitting down here talking. And I don't know what age he is. But I am speaking for my children and my grandchildren. That all these Igbo men and women who think that because of them, that we, the generations and the younger Igbo men and women, should not have breathing space. I am telling you that what happened to most of the politicians we have in the Southeast is coming after them. Where is your former vice senior president? Where is he today? Where is he? All those people who has betrayed the Igbos, where are they? Where is the story? What are their story today? And he comes here to tell me, because he's an analyst, all these people who claim to be analysts and journalists, this is what you do. This is a man who has been campaigning for Mr. Peter Obi. It took only in a twinkle of 1 week, he switched over completely to Atiku. Obi should become vice president. You ask yourself a question, what changed? What happened? He's trying to tell you we are not in Nigeria. He thinks that because he's in Nigeria, he's more Nigeria than any of us who are not in Nigeria. Does he know the part that we played in 2023? Did you know the risk that we took in 2023? What is he talking about?
All right. Thank you, Ike. Let me say that there's a difference between Barrister Darlington and Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo was a political operative, not an analyst. And every analyst they all have the right to speak their mind. It's not an insult. They are not speaking for Igbo people, or like I don't think Darlington is speaking for Igbo people. It's his opinion, and he has a right to air his opinion. I don't see it as an insult if I disagree with his opinion. So I don't think we should look at it that way.
Dr. Damages, I'm not saying that he's not speaking his opinion, but what I am saying that he should not try to impose that his opinion.
How is he imposing? Wait. How is he imposing his opinion?
Because that is what his stand is all about.
No. The fact that he forcefully is pushing his own opinion doesn't mean he's imposing it. It's not stopping you from campaigning for B if that is what you want to do. It's not doing that.
That's true.
Yes,
true.
So it shouldn't be. You can't characterize his opinion as an insult to Igbo people, and comparing him to people who you think like Mwobodo and other people. No, he's an analyst. An analyst can decide this is the way I assess the situation. This is what I believe in, and that reminds me of something that Stay Humble pointed out, which was about forefathers and the last segment he had about the death of Muhammadu Buhari. I don't think there's anything wrong in talking about whatever Buhari achieved. There's no government that didn't achieve anything. So it's left for you, and it's an open forum. You can come and say, and people disagree that the man didn't achieve anything. That's their opinion. So I don't think we should have this sense that until somebody is speaking the way we want that person to speak, there is an agenda. He's trying to stop us. I don't think people are trying to stop. People air their view. And that's what I want us to bear in mind when we talk on this platform. All right. Thank you, Ike. Let's go to KSO. KSO, welcome to the show.
Doctor, good evening, sir. Welcome back from Nigeria.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Yeah, I was hoping that I will be able to speak to Mr. Darlington because
now we're trying to get him back.
To his own.
We're trying to get him back, so hopefully he will be able to join us.
Maybe you can hear me. I wanted to react to his own opinion. I'm not saying he has every right to kind of hold any opinion, but I think he was speaking within the context of political expediency, and that expediency does not actually interact with the reality of the demand of the Nigerian state. That's my own opinion. I'm not saying Atiku, as a Nigerian, does not have the right to vie for any office in Nigeria if you so wish. But the demand of the moment does not warrant Atiku to have such an ambition. It does not. And if I want to conclude, I'd see Atiku as the #1 political enemy of the Southeast. I'm not from the Southeast, let me stay that clear, but I'm a stakeholder because I'm married from there. So let me say that clear. But with the demand of the moment, Atiku should play what I would call a fatherly role or a statesman role to say, okay, we want to build a Nigeria that we can bequeath to our children, a Nigeria that is working, Nigeria where we have rule of law, a Nigeria where there is equity, fairness, and justice, a Nigeria that anybody can aspire to be in. So Atiku should take that role to say, okay, let us have this allied consensus to say, okay, enough is enough. Let us put Nigeria on track. That is what we expect Atiku to be doing now, not having an ambition to contest for the presidency. One, age is not on his side. Two, Atiku is not sellable in the South, even in the North. Atiku is not that sellable in the North. If he was that sellable in the North, he would have won in 2019. He will have won in 2019. So Atiku should take the backstage, allow the ADC coalition of a team to really sit down, work out their own strategy, and say, okay, this is the most viable candidate we want to feed to rescue power from APC. Because APC didn't come to power in the first place to govern. They came to power for the purpose of ethnic chauvinism. That's the way I see APC. Because if you look at the body language of even the late Buhari, his appointment, vis-a-vis what Tinubu is currently doing, one should be able to readily understand that, look, These guys do not believe in Nigeria in the first place. They came to nurture what I call ethnic superiority. That is what they are pursuing. And the only person that can take us away from that, what will I say, from that issue now, or from that problem, is Ole Obi. But I'm also very surprised because I belong to some inner caucus of the obedient and some inner caucus of the Labour Party. I'm also very surprised that people from southeastern Nigeria, they are the #1 opposition to Peter Obi. The person that is writing nonsense about Peter Obi from Labour Party happens to be my own friend, and it's an Igbo man. That aches me every day of my life.
Why is that?
Mention it.
Why is that? What do you think? Yeah, KSO. Why do you think that is happening?
I think it is. I don't want to insult anybody. I think it's political myopicness. Do you understand? That's the way I want to see it. They are not looking at the larger picture. Do you understand? They are not looking at the larger picture. I remember when you hosted this guy who used to be the this Ned chairman before. Ned chairman, I can't remember. What was his name? This barrister, this erudite barrister.
Sam.
Sam, yeah. I remember when you hosted him, and I asked him a question. I said, Barrister, sir, please, why is it difficult for, I know the Igbos are quite very Republican, very well, and it's working for them. That is why they have been able to build that that economic empowerment that is everybody is envious about in Nigeria. But notwithstanding, they need to imbibe this culture of this consensusship, where they have to come together to say, okay, this is what we want to do politically as far as Nigeria is concerned. And everybody will bring all that they have into that single basket. I think that is what is lacking in the Southeast. They are just too Republican. They are too, I will say they are too individualistic. And it is not good. It's not helping matters. Because if you look at the Southeast and the northern part of Nigeria, these are the people that actually hold the weight of Nigeria. It is the North and the Southeast. So we need to find a way to begin to preach to our Igbo brothers to say, look, notwithstanding you all want power, but let us have consensus to say, okay, we are sending one of our own, and we'll put everything behind that person. Obi, by the grace of God, I'm praying every day in my house. Obi is going to be the next president of Nigeria. Whether the devil likes it or not, I don't care. All I know is that I'm not saying Obi, when he becomes the president, is going to solve all Nigeria problem. No. But he is going to lay the foundation where we begin to see a responsible country. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, KSO. We appreciate it.
Can I just make a short contribution?
Okay, KJ, go do that before I go to Mazi.
Yes, I think you made a very valid point, but I want you to also have in mind that the Igbo nation, the Igbo race, is a group of people. We're over 70 million. So it can't be easy for one people, or a group of 70 million people, to think in the same direction. I don't think there's any other tribe in the world that demanded to think in the same direction. Even the great United States, of America, they don't all think in the same direction. They don't. If they were taking the same direction, then, they would not be having the opposition they're having within their own, camps. And let's even go to a smaller nation. Even Israel, that is right now in a war situation, they are not all in support of Netanyahu. Some of them are against his moves, even in this war. Some of them are even against the state policy of trying to be antagonistic towards Palestinians. So coming to the Igbo nation, when you demand of us to be in the same camp, we cannot ever be in the same boat. And that is the thing that maybe when Rudolph introduced that, we'll talk about it. The Igbos do not have a king. There's nobody who can come out and say, I'm the king of Igbos. There's no Igbo king. Igbos don't have king. Everybody in their community, everybody in your community, the only king the Igbos have is God. And it's only when God speaks that all of us listen. But after that, each person is entitled to process his own idea. Now, having said that, majority of Igbos in support of Peter Obi, yes. because we see him as a fairer person, fairer than every other Igbo leader. And it's not everybody who is in Igbo land who parades a political position that we Igbos regard as an Igbo leader. We know those who are our leaders. They may not be people who talk to you on a daily basis. Those who talk to you, there are people the Bible calls hirelings. Hirelings are people who pretend to be, of the stock of the family, and there are people they call sons. Igbo sons are known by Igbos, and we can call some names, of which Peter Obi is one of those that is quite appreciated by Igbos in wherever he steps his foot in Igbo land. It does not then mean that everybody will now be working for him. It doesn't mean that way. I'll give another example. Right now, since the creation of the East, I think the only time that Igbos have got a governor that they accept as a governor, the creation of these new states, is Alex Oti. Even at that, it's not my brother, the sixth man in the Nigeria, that is saying that they're not satisfied with what is going on in the Abia state. Even though the whole Igbos are saying this man is doing something that we all appreciate. So that is a society. And that is also the way even the North operates. In the North, there used to be a man who is late Senator J.S. Tucker, who formed the Middle Belt Forum together with Solomon La. But eventually, even in that camp, there was a Polonongo who didn't agree with him, who went with Nnamdi Azikiwe in the MPP, while J.S. Tucker went to the North. So even in Plateau State, where you have Solomon La, you still also have people who were not in support of Solomon La. They also have their own camp. I can go on and on. In Kanu, you had Aminu Kanu. Formerly, there was Balare Bumisa, and then of course what was the other guy's name who is also they were first in the same camp, but they divided. So when it comes to the affairs of the Igbos, let's not expect that all the Igbo nation will be in the same support in one camp. It may not happen that way, but doesn't mean that we are not in support. Majority of those who want to see good come to Nigeria are in support of Peter Obi. But what Darlington is saying, if I understand him, is saying that the powers that be, you see, he gave us historical examples, which is what we have seen in the past. Okay? They form a coalition, and the coalition is formed. You think they are going to support you. They push you until they gain an understanding of where your strength is. And at the last minute, they withdraw the carpet. And that's why even Obi himself, because I heard him speak, I followed an interview he did yesterday. He understands this right now. And that's why he's not going to tell you that he's not a member of Labour Party. He's telling you the election is 2027. But as at now, I am in Labour Party. I'm a member of Labour Party. And so nobody can come tomorrow and say he's not a member of Labour Party, so he doesn't have a platform to even contest. But if we are saying that Atiku, that has made it a live ambition, it will take the grace of God for him to say, okay, let me defer to this man. So at the end of the day, they are going to go to what we should be praying for now is that let them not make it a secret ballot. Let them not make it, ballot by delegates. Let it be an open ballot, just like we do in the US. Let any member of
yes, sir. Before you go further, sir.
No. Okay. So hold on. I want him to round up so that I can get Mazi Okpara to speak before we go back. And there are people.
All right, thank you. Just this last minute. You see, in other developed nations, the members of the party all go and vote. So it shouldn't be just some few delegates. Let them open it up. Say, okay, we are now in coalition. ADC is what we are using. Let every member of ADC come and cast vote to say who they will nominate for. That way, Peter Obi will win outrightly. But if they do that thing they used to do, that they used in dealing with Alex Ekweme in Jos, that they use dealing with even Nnamdi Azikiwe, they use this system to make sure that people don't get to their positions. They will still do it again. That's what he's trying to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Mazi Okpara, you're next.
Yeah, Doctor, good evening. Good evening from here. Welcome back to your base. On Friday, I listened to VOA, and you were with Precious, right? That was very interesting. I was walking and I was, on my Bluetooth. That was good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank God for joining me according to Christians. Thank God for everything. KJ and other folks, good evening. I'm almost on my night where, when I had Mazi Ikenna, Mazi Ike Ahamefule talking about Darlington. Darlington is the only, I've never seen an Igbo person, an Igbo man like Darlington. You cannot accuse Darlington or equate Darlington with a queer man and all this kind of people. No. Darlington is exceptional. Anybody coming here attacking Darlington because Darlington just gave his own opinion as an analyst, attacking him, calling him all kinds of names. That I think that is unfair, very, very unfair. I have never seen somebody who has stood, for Igbos. Right now, he lives in Lagos. He doesn't live in diaspora like us. He lives in Lagos. He defends Igbo to the core. And somebody coming here calling him names is very, very appalling, honestly. And what this man is telling you is obvious, but we are too emotional about P2B. Pre-2023, I said it on one platform, they almost lynched me. I told them, no INEC officer or chairman can use his mouth and open his mouth and call an Igbo person the winner of a presidential election in Nigeria. They almost lynched me. We are living in denial. As Nigeria is constituted right now, the only thing that can make an Igbo man a president of Nigeria is when it's constitutional, when it's written down, when it's rotational, that this year or this time goes to the south, southeast, and then that's it. But making it open that an Igbo man is coming to contest the election and win general election, and INEC pronounce him or announce him as a winner of presidential election in Nigeria. Folks, we are joking. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. You might like it or not. It's not going to happen. So what Barrister is telling you here is the obvious truth. I am not, and even we are we are just even talking because Atiku has not, come up and tell us, oh, he's going to contest this election. Why are we preventing them? Why are we talking about what is going to happen in 2026? I mean, the primaries. They are just, juggling. They are just trying to, do this, do that. But the main campaign has not started. Nobody knows how this thing is going to, where it's going to go. P2B might get it outright. I think we might get it outright. So why are we here, talking about abusing ourselves, what is not even happening tomorrow? Barrister has the right to say his own opinion as an analyst. So people coming here calling him names is very unfair. Let me tell you guys, Jonathan became president because Yar'Adua died. If Yar'Adua had completed his 8 years, no Southeast could have become a president of Nigeria. Sorry, no South could have become the president of Nigeria. This man became president of Nigeria because his boss, Yar'Adua, died. Take it or leave it. Sorry, please, let me finish. I'm going to bed now. The way Nigeria is considered after the Civil War is Yoruba, after Yoruba, then the Fulanis. The North Central, the Christians in North Central, they're not even accounted here like the Igbos. It is very, very difficult for Igbo man to be the president of Nigeria. It is very difficult for a Christian from the northern Nigeria to be president of Nigeria. Finally, do you know that even in Kano State, during Jonathan, the last election, 2020, I think 2015, Jonathan lost because the whole Kano, the first time in Kano State that 2 million people voted, there was no voided votes, everything went to APC. And when the INEC, you know what happened to the what they call the state INEC commission in Kano after the election, and with his family. You guys know what happened to him, right? What are we talking about here? We live in diaspora. We're just, you know, somebody who is in Nigeria is telling you guys we're just trying to be this and that. Igbo man, South man, Christian from the north can never become president of Nigeria. Take it or leave it. Good night from here.
All right. Thank you, Mazi Abara. You reminded me of something that Victory said that I think was very, very important that people missed. He said there are possibilities in permutations and going on in the politics. It could be that Atiku is doing this, what he's doing in terms of giving the indication that he might run to actually confuse the political establishment so they don't have only one target, which is P2B. They might have Atiku and then at the last time, if you remember what they did to Wike in declaring their ADC, they gave the indication that they were going to Claritin, I think, hotel in Abuja, and Wike bought that. And a day to the meeting, Wike closed down, made sure that the hotel wouldn't let them have that meeting there. But they had another plan, which was what they downplayed. So it could be. People don't know. We don't know. 2 years is so far away in political scene for any society, not to talk about Nigeria. For instance, the story today, we didn't know that this will happen. What happened today will have people were putting their permutation yesterday or day before yesterday that maybe Buhari will still be around with us in 2027. Somebody actually told me yesterday, oh, the Buhari factor will be one major one in whether Tinubu Atiku will win or Tinubu, you know, but that factor is totally out of the question now. So 2 years is a long time in politics. So we have to be humble in the way we make our estimation and calculations in politics. We have not even talked about external factors that will play a role in what happens in Nigeria in 2027, you know. All right, let me hear from Madam Luke, and then I will get, I know there are people who are yet to weigh in. I see you forefathers, I know. And we're also trying to still get in touch with Darlington. He's not picking his phone for now from all our people. We may send somebody to go and check out what's going on. But go ahead, Madam Luke.
All right. Thank you for giving me opportunity. I wasn't going to come in. Greetings to everyone, the panel, commentators, viewers, and Dr. Damages. Thank you for honoring your promise for bringing Dr. Darlington. I was listening. I didn't want to jump in immediately because I wanted to hear at least get a feel for the environment before coming in. So here goes. Number one, nobody cares about Buhari. That man has been an epitome of confusion, deceit, insecurity, bigotry, everything rolled in one. Whether he's dead or alive, we don't care, or I don't care, because I believe he probably died a long time ago. And I made a comment not too long ago. I said, I'm trying to see if this man is going to live forever. Let us see what the exit strategy is with this 419 of a president we have. And finally, they came up with something. Now, unfortunately, this is a man that his wife, children have not been around in years. So that whole concept is just a big 419. And like many people have said, I don't wish him a peaceful rest wherever he's going. And whatever Trinity form he has given. I mean, what I would like to say is a trilogy. Buhari the first, Buhari the second, and Buhari the third. May they all rot in hell. And with many other appendages that they may come up with, because that entity or conglomerate has ruined Nigeria and brought it to where it is today. People who are not Nigerians keep ruling Nigeria. And that is why we are where we are. So whatever he's doing with his burial, good luck to all of them. I'm not interested. Now, coming to Mr. Darlington. I've always respected his opinion. And I don't know why we Nigerians are so emotional. I don't know why they take everything so personal. I don't know why they feel everything is a right. Number one, I don't believe in this zonal trash. It is this year, it is the turn of the South that got us where we are today. It is your turn of the South. What have you done with it? You have 2 years. And people have the nerve to tell us, rather than Mr. Peter Obi not to win, let Tinubu continue. Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? That druggie in Aso Rock should continue. If Mr. Peter Obi doesn't, listen to me, I don't care who runs. As long as anybody gets Tinubu out of that place, I'm all for it. How are we going to get there? I don't know. Because we are so divided amongst ourselves. We are so toxic. It is your turn, it's your turn, it's your turn, it's the turn, it's the turn. I don't care whose turn it is. I just want somebody who can get us out of this place. Can Mr. Atiku do it? Maybe. He has been running since 2019, 99 or 1970. So bloody what? How old is Donald Trump? So bloody what? Nobody has the right. Like your communist president said, politics is not served a la carte. You were not able to defend your mandate in 2023, and you are not telling us that 2027 will be different. I don't know about that. That is where my problem is, because these obedient, they talk so much. They make a lot of noise. I'd rather vote VDM, and this ratter can enter the streets. Can obedience enter the streets? I don't know. Can you defend that mandate? And I'll give you an example. The local government chairmanship is going on in Lagos right now. Do you see what they did to the Igbos in the Amodofi area? There was no election in those areas. Do you see any protests? So my thing is, I don't know. I am very confused on where I have to stay. I want Mr. Peter Obi to win by all means. That is my first choice. That is what I want. But I know what makes Mr. Darlington and Kenneth Okonkwo act the way they act. And that is where my mind is leaning towards. I don't trust that the followers on ground can get Mr. Peter Obi where he needs to be. And I would rather him and I know I'm going to come out, somebody's going to shoot me. It is my wish that Mr. Peter Obi should deputize Atiku. Because I don't trust obedience getting Mr. Peter Obi into that place. I don't trust. They are a strong force, but they're a weak link. But if they team up with Atiku, they will get the North. Who says the South has to rule for 8 years? I don't know where you got that from. Left to me, no region should rule for more than 4 years. No region should rule for more than 4 years. So when the Southwest comes in, you should go to the Northeast or the Southeast or somewhere. But no region should rule for more than 4 years. Simple. So Mr. Druggy, Tinubu has no right to rule for 8 years. Whether Buhari rules for 8 years, no, we're not interested in that anymore. Because Buhari rules for 8 years and he used 8 years to ruin the country. So nobody should rule for more than 4 years. It's the turn of the South, it's the turn of the South, the turn of the... You have a southern government there now. What are you doing with it? You want this southern pig to come and rule for 8 years. Then if you think so, then there's something wrong with your brain. If you are thinking in that direction, then there's something, either you are a Yoruba demon or there's something wrong with your brain. Anybody that can get that toad out of that place is all I'm going. I don't care if it's a bio article. Now, let me tell you one thing. What you don't understand, Mr. Atiku made a statement. He is the gateway to Eastern presidency. Go and mark it down. I believe it. This man has married, he has Igbo children. He has Yoruba children. He has Fulani children. Atiku is half Hausa, half Fulani. So when people are calling him Fulani, I don't know if people will read. I don't even know if it's just emotion that is gathering you or whatever. Then anybody that does not agree with you, you want to kill that person. Forgetting that people who are older are telling you this is the situation on ground. But you Gen Z with your frame-ons and your what do you call it? Hormonal imbalance will be running amok all over the place. How are you sure that when Atiku gets there, he's going to live for 4 years? The same thing that happened to Jonathan is what is going to bring Obi that place. Have you ever thought about that? Why is it that everybody's not rallying around Obi? Because not everybody, Obi is not sellable to everybody. Why are you forcing people to say, okay, go and vote for him, go and vote for him, it's the turn of the Eastern. Listen, there's no such crap. Anybody that can rule Nigeria should rule Nigeria. If it's there are 6 geopolitical zones. Everybody should do for 4 years. Tinubu has no right to rule for 8 years. He has absolutely no right to rule for 8 years. That 8-year nonsense is not even the constitution. So where are you coming up with all this nonsense? I'm all for peace. And you see that Kenneth Okonkwo, Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo, Barrister Darlington, they have words of wisdom. If they are Igbo people and they are talking like this, it doesn't mean that they hate Igbo people. So where are you getting all these your raw emotions from? Mr. Peter Obi, yes, I want Mr. Peter Obi, but can he get there? The answer is no. Your rattle gang of obedience cannot get Mr. Peter Obi to Aso Rock. Go and mark it down. You were rigged out the first time, and you are going to be rigged out again. Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Go back, crawl back into your holes the way you are doing now. So please, you people should go home and think about it carefully. Can you get Mr. Peter Obi to Aso Rock? The answer is no. Now, Atiku has been winning, don't get it wrong. He has just been rigged. And whether he chooses to compete for 25 times, it is his constitutional right. This is not a sentimental issue. Okay, you are telling me that there's money bags and there is, what do you call it? There are money bags and what's the other one? Voter buying. Is it not the same thing happening in the United States here? That's your democracy that you chose. Did Elon Musk not use his money bag to get Mr. Orange Man into the power? So that's your point. That is the nature of your democracy. So when do you think anybody's going to give you a democracy on a platter of gold? Are you dreaming of something? So please, this is not an emotional matter. I want Atiku. She is 81. Let him get it. Let him put the voters. Let me see how long Atiku will last in that place. But at least you're going to get the power of the North, and you're going to get your Southeastern port. My problem now is that I don't want Mr. Peter Obi to lose always. That's my concern. Have you ever thought about that? Obi or nothing? Obi, and the people that are making this noise are mostly in diaspora. The people making this noise are mostly in diaspora. That cannot even come down and carry one machete. They're the ones making noise. Mr. Peter Obi, if you are listening to me, you have 2 years to make a good decision, and I hope you make the good one. This your obedience. Don't let them lead you into 5 pan like they did the first time. Because when that time comes, they will tell you that we are waiting for your leader to move. They want you to come and put you. See, you guys are a bunch of tricksters. A bunch of 419 tricksters. You want Mr. Peter Obi to come and lead you to go and protest for stolen mandates. You are waiting for him. You are waiting for who? The Kenyans, did they wait for their leader? The Togolese, did they wait for anybody? You are waiting for Mr. Peter Obi to lead you to where? You are joking. So on the final note, I have made up my mind. It's Mr. Peter Obi that I really want, but I doubt that he has the power to get to that seat because of the ethnic sentiments and Mr. Atiku knows. Mr. Obi is going to waste his time again. Rather than gang up and form a forbidden force, they are busy splitting hairs and doing all that nonsense. All right, your senior brother has come to take the post now. What are you going to do? He's the one saying, my senior brother, my senior brother. Time to show that he's your senior brother now. You are busy jumping around the whole place. Keep behind your senior brother. Even if it does 4 years or 2.5 years, carry the thing and be going. But then at least you are inside there to champion what do you call it? Cause of South and the Easterners for once. At least I know we will get our Eastern seaport. I know that. So play my people. Let Mr. Obi not lose always. Stop campaigning on behalf of sentiments, and it's your turn on your local principle. Sorry, Mr. Atiku is also in Nigeria. He has Igbo children. He has Yoruba children. Who has done it in Nigeria? All you have are bigots. The fact that he could not come out and speak against Deborah, he had his reasons. He doesn't want to burn the bridge that he wants to use to get to where he's going. So please, my people, use your head to reason this matter properly. Can you get Mr. Obi to Aso Rock? The answer is no. You cannot.
All right.
Can Atiku do it? I don't know. But an Atiku Obi force is very strong at this time, now that you have the coalition. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Madam Luke, for your submission. I want to remind viewers that next Sunday, Peter Obi's right-hand man,
Is it me or Dr. Damages is missing?
I'm also observing it here. I don't know what happened. I think it's probably the network. It's probably going to come back.
All right. Okay. Sorry, my computer is having problems. Okay, so next Sunday, Peter B's right-hand man will be here, Dr. Moses Paul. He will be able to answer questions about what is going on within the Peter B's camp. And he's also running for a position on that ADC. So it will be quite an interesting conversation next Sunday with Dr. Paul joining us. All right, Jide, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Damage. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. And good to see everyone on the panel. I'm glad to see you. And those on the comment section and those that are listening. I think I tend to, with all due respect to everyone on the panel, I think I tend to disagree with the idea that Peter will be winning the election in 2027. If he wins the election and is the president of Nigeria, that it will lead to a positive outcome for Nigeria in the future. I think I tend to disagree. And in as much as currently we have a very horrible, horrendous government currently in Nigeria, I do not think replacing one horrendous government with a potentially horrendous government is going to solve Nigeria's problem. And my reasons are as follows. I keep giving so many reasons, but I'll keep giving more reasons as I keep talking about Peter Obi. So yeah, they are not exhaustive. The first reason is that Peter Obi, as an individual, he is not willing to commit class suicide. If you look at across global history, if you look at countries that have been able to develop, that have been able to grow from being underdeveloped to develop, the leadership of those countries, the leadership, the leaders, the state actors, they commit class suicide. Peter Obi is not willing to commit class suicide throughout his political journey, even up till now, because his class interest does not suit the Nigerian people. That's number one. Number two, his antecedents from his time in Anambra State, where we had the most atrocious crime by SARS when he was governor, up until now, claiming he loves the people, but also aligning with the corrupt politicians that have destroyed Nigeria for years, does not convince me that it's going to have positive outcomes for Nigeria through the electoral process. The third one is very important. This is very, very important. Peter Obi is a product of this rotten system. He's a byproduct of this rotten system. He is part of this rotten system. Even if he's not part of this system, even if he's a genius and Nigerians vote for him, and he's leader of Nigeria in this system, he's either going to be sabotaged or it's going to be absorbed into this system and also going to be corrupt like the so-called other leaders that have ran the country. So we need to focus more on the system. How can the system change? Rather than which individual will come into the system and ameliorate the rot in Nigeria. It's not going to happen. We've tried that for 26 years. It has not happened. The things are even getting worse. It's not going to happen. The fourth point, okay, I've mentioned the fourth point, the entire system has to change. If we want to go through the voting process in 2027 of actually voting in somebody that would actually change Nigeria, it has to be through a leader that is willing to commit class suicide and align with the working class. We have Labour Party, but in true honesty, the name Labour Party that we have in Nigeria does not suit the actual name of Labour Party. It's a bourgeois political party in Nigeria. Bourgeois democracy is not going to solve Nigeria's problem. We've been operating bourgeois democracy since 1999. It has not solved Nigeria's problem. No underdeveloped countries that have been operating under bourgeois democracy has ever developed. Nigeria will not be different. We should stop being delusional. What is my solution? Well, true, I heard about the electoral. If we don't want a revolution, maybe everyone is scared. We don't want a revolution. We can do this like it's happened in Latin America. Bolivia is one example. You can see what's going on in Bolivia through the working class and the Nigerian people voting for a leader that is a social democrat. That's what's going on in Bolivia. Bolivia is not developed, but the poverty rate is reducing every year. We can see the outcome in Bolivia. Nicaragua is another example. They vote in the Sandinistas every electoral process, and the quality of life of the people improve. So now, what is my own solution? Well, if you look at countries all over the world that were underdeveloped, but eventually developed, it was through a state-controlled, self-sufficient, centralized planned system under a nationalist ideology. That is how countries develop. It could be communism, it could be socialism, it could be state-centrally planned economic system like in Singapore. It could be Chinese system. It is not through this 4-year bourgeois democracy. It's not going to happen. This man is not willing to commit class suicide. We need to stop. It doesn't even matter the individual. It could be Showore. It could be this guy. The system has to change. I think we need to start talking about how can we change the system. If the system does not change, no matter who is in power, nothing is going to change in Nigeria. I'm sorry. And Peter Obi is not going to change the system. Thank you.
All right, Jide, thank you. Before I let Fofana speak, Jide, let me ask you. I've had your speech before, and you now talked about, revolution now is here, so that's also good, because you mentioned Showore as the solution, and revolution now is willing to wait for 28 years for us to get to that point. I think the people supporting Showore, they agree that he's not going to win a next election and maybe the next one. So are you saying that we should all wait until Nigeria is ready for the kind of structure?
Doctor, every day you increase my 28. The last time I said 26. We need resolution now.
So Jide, are we going to wait?
Oh no, I didn't say Showore. I didn't say I was supporter of Showore. I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
No, you mentioned him as one of the paths who could follow to get to where.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay. Is Amaechi? No, because you talked about class suicide. Amaechi, yes. I think Amaechi is saying something like that. Is that what you mean? Someone who is ready to say we are bad guys, come and get us. Is that what you are suggesting?
No, that's not what class suicide is. That's not what I was talking about.
I know what you
mean. Okay, so because of time, let me talk about what class suicide is. In political theory, I think so, either Marx or Engels, I can't remember. So class suicide is when elites, political elites or great figures tend to abandon their class interests and align with the working class people to pursue their political agenda. And we have many examples in history. Vladimir Lenin is one of them. Fidel Castro is another example. Even the Singapore dictator, I can't remember his name now. I can give many examples. Chairman Mao is another example. Deng Xiaoping is another example. So there are many examples of these. They tend to break away from that. Even in Nigeria, we have examples like the Kuti family, for crying out loud. The Kuti family is another example.
You mean Fela would have done better if we voted for him?
I think so, yes. If Nigeria actually, if what happened in 1979 did not happen with the corruption, that's why I keep saying that this system cannot even allow a genius to win the election, because this system is designed to keep putting horrible leaders. I know the unfortunate thing. The people that we think are good, when they come to power, in reality, we see it. They don't perform. We just lost Buhari. I remember 2015. I was much younger than this. Look at what happened with Buhari. We were shouting, change, change, change. That's what I'm saying. Even if Peter Obi is a good man, even if Peter Obi is a very good man, he's decent, he has integrity and everything. He's a genius. He's a political astute. Under this system, nothing is going to change. It will end up being a puppet. It is a system. It is the system. The system has to change. And for that system to change, it has to be driven by the people. It is the willingness of the people to align with the political class that is willing to commit class suicide. And we don't have that in Nigeria, unfortunately. We don't. We don't. I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you, Jide. Let's go to forefathers. Before, I know that Ike needs to respond to some of the things that were said after his contribution, but let me go to forefathers first. Forefathers.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Damages. And I think I differ a little bit from Jide because his own position is that, because P2B is bad and is part of the establishment, then nothing good is going to come out of it. The way I look at it is that you have to minimize harm as much as you can while you await the day of salvation. So there's no real need to say you want perfection. If you don't get it, then whatever is better, you ignore it. You might as well go and install an Agbro. Now let's see how far you get with that one, since you want to play that game. And I don't like when people pretend as if they don't know there is a difference between two criminals. There are two different. There is a difference between them. If you have a gang of criminals, there is a difference between the individual gang members. Human beings are different, and when we pretend as if we can't see it, then you're just being disingenuous, really. And so I will look at it from that point of view. However, this idea that if you try to say some of the things Buhari did, you are kind of betraying somebody. I don't know who you are betraying. The way Nigerians are, the video was uploaded earlier on today, and I was looking at the charts there, and everybody that was talking about Buhari died 2 times, good riddance, and it's like you wonder why you're getting terrible leaders. Do these people even think? You are just as sociopathic as you are accusing him to become. You people don't have heart for your own people. Maybe there is something to be said. There are 2 ways you can look at it. Because sometimes if people, when they've been maltreated so badly, they can do away with their elites. After all, the French did it, and the Russians did the same thing, and they get rid of their elites, and they don't wish them well, and they basically went after them. Maybe you can do that, but even those people that did all those things, like the French one, people turned on them again because they were too harsh and they were being a little bit inhuman with fellow human beings. So you have to be careful when you are saying, you are being inhuman to people. Not you.
Okay.
Not you. So these other people that were doing that. When you are being inhuman to another human being, you just because somebody has died and you start saying good riddance and all the rest of it. And this man is a man that, in a way, he defied African tradition, where people love power so much, and including those people that are talking. They all love power so much. This Dame Buhari is one of the few that says, you know what, I can't wait to leave office. How many presidents say that in Africa? How many? I don't know one. He's the one that did that. And for better or for worse, he performed badly in so many areas. But Nigerians, are you people easy to govern? Nigerians are some of the most disingenuous people. They lack integrity. They lack morality. They cheat anywhere they can get a chance to cheat. Buhari, most of all these things I just described just now, you can hardly attribute it to Buhari himself. There's a reason why he has not been. We would like to say that P2B has not been found guilty of corruption. The same can be said for Buhari. Maybe a lot of people around him are corrupt, but you can hardly find any case they've dragged him to court and say, hey, you are corrupt. We find you stealing this amount of money. Maybe his son stole, maybe his wife stole, but not him for some reason. And people that know him always say, if this man give you his word, it is as good as gold. If he talks, it comes across. So how about the human being? Maybe not the president. Maybe he's a bigoted president. Maybe he didn't do too well. But he's also a human being with family members and people that actually care about him. If it was you died here today, and somebody comes here and start bad-mouthing you as if you have no good thing about you at all. Your own parents will be hearing people saying such horrible things about you that they know you are not. How is that a good thing? Do you even think at all that the way we behave, we act like some rabid animals that don't think about whether our behavior is actually civil? And this is one of the things I admire most about this in P2B actually. The civility that man has shown in the Nigerian space is remarkable. Because all the people that claim to support him, they are full of venom. None of them want to be like him. Absolutists that want everything black or white. Maybe you have a right to want those things, but you have to have a way of talking about things without coming across as if you are barbaric. And if you are coming across as in a way strict like me, now I can be very, very strident about my position, and can be radical about it. But I don't come across as being just blind and backward about the entire thing. He is still a human being that has died. He's governed the country twice for a reason, and he ruled for 8 years. He left office. He did some things right. He was there when Dangote refinery was put in place. He was the one that removed the fuel subsidies in terms of the law that he passed. Cowardly, he didn't do it while he was in office. Yes, but he also failed woefully in terms of national security. I bought rice that that was part of his policy in Nigeria when I was in Nigeria last week. So it's not everything that is like black and white. He's still a human being, and we are just as bad as him. If you look at the way Nigerians behave, I can tell you that many of Nigerians I've met in Nigeria, Buhari has more integrity than they do. In terms of integrity, he's higher than most in that country. And they are all there bad-mouthing him. If you look at the chart, these are human beings writing all those things in that chart. What is wrong with us? Why have we lost our heart? We have lost our mind. This is why we hate each other so much. I don't know. We just have to learn how to, I think, start thinking a little bit more about things. So I will just move on from that one. Regarding this P2B thing, I don't know why people keep thinking that Atiku is going to win. If P2B is vice president, he's not going to win.
Hello.
All right. Okay. Let me just use this in 30 seconds to round up. Hello. He's not going to win because Nigerian.
Yeah, Barrister.
Okay, let him go.
So I'm so sorry.
We've been looking for you. We actually said we are going to reschedule you for another day. But since you're here, I don't know if you've been watching. People have been responding to you for a while.
Yeah, including those who are lambasting me. They are all welcome.
So, do you want to say something? I have one more person who is going to weigh in, and then do you want to say something to what you've had over the last 45 minutes or so?
You see, Doc, you know what I told you and my fans and my opponents. This thing is not a question of argument. ADC will go into primaries. After the primaries, we now know the strength of each one of them. It's as simple as that. There's no need in shouting or argument. The primaries is not yet here. The election is not yet here. And all this argument is going back and forth. Look, I have said it and I'm saying it again. Most of the people calling are from diaspora. We don't have diaspora vote for now. So what would they contribute in this matter? They will not vote. And their financial input may be so insignificant. It cannot even help Obi to go to one local government and campaign. So what is all this argument all about? We know that Obi is more credible than all of them. So what are we now saying here? We are talking of winning an election, not by popularity or by crowd pulling. When it comes to the brass tag, who will be there to do the actual hard work? There are questions I posed to my opponent, but they did not answer me. They didn't answer. They didn't answer me. As I talk to you today, a local government election has been held in Lagos State here. Who cleared everything? APC. Does it mean that Obedient movement, they are no longer in Lagos? What happened to Labour Party? Please, somebody should answer me. What happened to Labour Party?
Barrister.
This is the test of what is to come.
Barrister,
Yes.
someone sent a message about that. I just let me tell you what they said. They said in Abia State that the governor used a different political party and won the whole local government. That almost all the states. That is a pattern in Nigeria. So you can use that to judge what will happen in a national election.
I just gave you an example of Lagos State too. And when you are talking of Abia, if not for that woman, Nena Oti, who insisted to do the right thing, will Alex Oti be there today? The answer is no. So what is the guarantee that the next INEC chairman will do the right thing? Tinubu have a lot of war chests, which you and I know, and with money. My Bible says money answers all things. Money answers all things. If he spent 3 trillion the last time, this time he will double it to 6 trillion just to win this election. And he know he will recoup it. People don't understand what is going on here. They don't. I am telling Obi, you cannot reform anything except you get inside. Obi can only reform Nigeria when he gets inside. And that is why I'm telling you to apply the Machiavellian principle. The end justifies the means. If you want to achieve a good purpose, use every means. Use every means for get inside there and begin to do what you want to do. You can't change anything from outside. It can never happen. I challenge anybody to prove me otherwise. It can never happen. You can't change Nigeria from outside. You have to get in there and begin to do what you have in mind.
But not with this system. This system, no matter who is there, nothing is going to change. I'm sorry.
You mean, but Obi had to get inside now to change the system. Can he do it?
That's the thing. That's exactly the contradiction.
That is it. He can't do anything from outside. He can't.
Okay, hold on, everyone. Let me go to Okija for you to weigh in if you have a question for our guest, Barrister Darlington.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't here when you started, so I came in. I started watching when Professor Jide was, writing his paper on, Nigeria. So he's always, talking about his, theories and whatever. But before then, forefather, what's his name? Buhari, whatever he did, Buhari, whether he was a good man or whatever, Buhari wasn't supposed to be a leader. Buhari wasn't supposed to, govern Nigeria. I wrote something that said that, if life, was fair, there are some people, they were supposed to die, years, before they, they come to, certain things. But Buhari was one of those who was supposed to die before 1983. So that's basically, what it is. He was a bad leader. He messed Nigeria up. The worst thing that happened to Nigeria before Tinubu, that's the way we look at it. Forget about all his how they canonized him, in 1983 and afterwards. He was just terrible. He was terrible. Jude is always talking about all this theory, but you don't know Peter Obi was governing Anambra State. It's not easy to rule Anambra State, and you heard him. He say always that people were not happy with him. Anambra was a tough place before Peter Obi came in. If you are a student of Nigerian history, you're supposed to know that Anambra was burned down by Oba brothers, supported by the presidency. But he came there, brought civility to the state. You can say any other thing you have to say about him, but you all know that the people that trust him, they know the kind of person he is, and people were not happy with him. He wasn't in Anambra process where you have forefather big men like Arthur Eze. They were not happy with him. They wanted him to bow down to them. He didn't bow down to them. People were so many people, they were complaining to Obasanjo. We're not happy with him. We're not happy with him. He didn't care that we were not happy. He had his job to do. So basically, that's the type of person he is. I first heard about. Peter Obi. I knew he was governor of Anambra State, but then I was running a business in Lagos, and I met one man. We were critical of him. I didn't even know him, but I was critical of him based on what I used to read. So the man was critical of him, talking about him, but the man, he knew him personally. So, but after all the criticism of what he said,
he said to me, but he's a good man. So that was it. The day I took another interest on Peter Obi. So whatever you have to say, Father, I think some people have answered you. You don't need a cent. You need someone who will start a change. It doesn't mean that the person will continue with change. You will just, even if it's electoral reform, make sure that we have election. That someone that so that people will elect who they want. Even if that's what he has to do. It's all set. In Nigeria, it's all set. And Oga, okay, he has disappeared again. I don't know. It depends on how ADC will. It depends on how ADC will conduct their primary.
Doctor,
I'm not delusional. I'm taking that.
Yeah, you're there. I can hear you.
Okay. I'm not delusional that P2P will just go in there and get it all the ticket. I know that it's gonna be difficult, but I don't think it's impossible. It depends on how they will do their delegate, because I know there are some people they are suffering. People are suffering in Nigeria. So I know that.
Can I ask you a question about Peter?
For instance, in Anambra, during the last election, Anambra governorship election, some people were giving money. They said no, we don't want the money. We want change. We don't want the money. So it depends. I believe that ADC, they have to do World Congress and all those things, and bring people from the low cadre, from the wards, to join in the primary. So P2B has a lot of work to do. I know that there are people I know that if I were there, that I would vote my conscience. So, and I'm not going to say that there are that everybody in Nigeria is corrupt. They don't have conscience. I know that there are people who have conscience. So if anybody sees how Nigeria is moving, and then takes money from Atiku, and then votes for Atiku just to Nigeria to continue that way, that means that Nigeria is lost forever. So, but I believe that P2B will appeal if he start from the grassroots, start appealing to people who are in the grassroots in the wards, and then probably he's good, has a chance. I don't know.
All right, thank you, Okija. We have 5 more minutes left before the next stream, which is where we invite people to react to what our guests said on this stream. Barrister Darlington, you have to promise us that you'll come back soon, because we wanted to have a normal conversation, full conversation, where we, you talk about what you do. We didn't get the chance to talk about what you do, how you do it, and so many other things. We wanted you to weigh in on Soludo, on what's happening in Ghana, so many other things in the news, not just about Buhari and this Tinubu and Atiku thing that distracted us. So you have to promise us you'll come back very soon. But and in the meantime, I want you to probably respond to this situation in Ghana. A lot of people have been sending me videos where Ghanaians are angry with Nigerians, and in some cases they narrow it down to Igbo people, and they connect it to what Soludo said in Maryland. I don't know if you had that, where he said that 99.9% of all the people they were arrested, kidnappers and criminals in the state, Anambra State, that they are Igbo people, that they are not Fulani as is being made to look like. What is your take on that? Sum up.
You see, Dr. Dameji, I'm sorry to say, Soludo is not the marketing Igbos. He's the marketing himself. He wants to be a good boy to the northern oligarchy. That is why since he came into office, he has been fighting Obi. Meanwhile, Obi handed over to Obiano. Soludo have never seen anything wrong in what Obiano has done in office. He had never. That Obiano is facing EFCC today. It is because of Soludo, who alerted them that Obiano is heading to the airport. He wants to run away. He was the one, but he's continuously demarketing P2B so that P2B's presidential ambition will fail and he will not be the good boy. That's what he's doing. This thing he said in Maryland today, the other a good boy. So these killings that are going on all over Nigeria, he didn't even mention that area. This mass murder that is going on in Nigeria, especially in the north, Benue and Plateau, it is the Igbos are causing it. Soludo didn't see that one to talk about. These people that have surrounded even his Anambra state, killing pharmacy, these are the things we are talking about. This is a professor, what he's doing. No, we are waiting for him. Maybe he will come up for presidency, Abi. That is why he is selling the Igbos. We are taking notes. That was what Odekalo did when he wanted, when Igbos were coming to P2B. He said, no, it's not the turn of Igbos. And when he wanted to aspire to be Senate president, we told him, no, it's not the turn of Igbos to be Senate president. And he was crying. All of them, they will get their due pay when the time comes. So, Ludo, I wish you well. So, Igbos are not criminals. That is the impression that man wants to go and create over there. Igbos are not criminals. He forgot that he's an Igbo. That means he came from the stock of criminals. That's the meaning. All of them are criminals, Abi. I wish him well. No more decent person in Igbo land. All of them are criminals. And they are from his Anambra state, too, though he's presiding over criminals. He's presiding over a criminal state. That is the meaning of what Soludo is telling people in the US. So whenever they see him, is that not true? This is it. People that are causing insecurity in Nigeria, Soludo didn't see them to talk about. He cannot mention them. He's afraid of them. Look at how he says it's not for the so-called criminals are doing. If you want to juxtapose it, look at that to talk about in Maryland. He went to go and campaign the Abi. I wish him well. Ndanambra, over to you. That's your governor.
All right. Thank you, Barrister Darlington. We have one more comment, then we round it up, and that's from Pansat. Pansat, welcome to the show, and I give you 1 minute to address Darlington. The other show is about to start. You're muted, Pansat.
No, thank you very much. I've seen you do it too. Forget to unmute. But thank you very much, Rudolph, and welcome to the show, Barrister Ugochukwu. You know, a lot of people have said they have a lot of respect for you. You're an Igbo defender, and I've seen you doing it just right now. But I'm disappointed in your analyst acumen. Let's just say, first of all, let me ask you this. Is Tinubu, in your analysis, guaranteed to be on that ballot in 2027? I just want a snappy answer because I have something to say. When you do your analysis, can you guarantee us today that Tinubu will be on that ballot? That's no, right?
From the permutation and from the type of society we are in, it's likely he will be there in spite of the baggages. I have said it before. Even the first election he contested, in a normal climate, he shouldn't have contested that election. He shouldn't.
But you have to understand that my question involves he's not guaranteed to live forever. For example, you don't know if he's going to be even alive by the end of this year. Are you calculating all possibilities, right?
No. As I call long way. That means
let's you know, I'm only because of time. I want to show them. I want to show you. I want to show that
Nigerian leaders don't die in office.
Okay. But I like your style, like Rudolph. I tell him sometimes you mix humor and all that, but I'm not impressed with that this time around. I believe that the damage you're doing is almost equivalent to what Soludo is doing. You don't know everything. Tinubu is not guaranteed to live forever. The dynamics could change, like I pointed out. hold on, sir. That primary is not holding until 2026. I mean, 2026 for the primary. The election is 2027. You cannot come out on a stage like this and keep making unnecessary and concrete definitions, belittling our people. Whereas the same thing you're saying, by the way, I'm just being a little forceful because time is going. I'm sure Rudolph can't wait to stop me. So
Yes.
there's something I want to get to. I just didn't come here for nothing. Just hold on. Hold your horses, Rudolph, please. I believe that one of the things you've done here to come here and take a whole mighty Igbo nation, probably the tribe with the most population, probably doubles that of the Yorubas.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so these Hausas and these Fulanis, they're not our pinky toe. So when you come, you must have some respect for the Igbos. Just because we're waiting for these people to mature and come up, right? You can't come here and say that an Igbo man cannot be president. Why not? There's nothing that's happened with this last election. Peter Obi won that election. Now, where you have a point is that they rigged the election. We have to do something about that. It wasn't Tinubu that rigged that election. So for you to be an analyst with scruples, you have to know who rigged that election. That election was rigged by Buhari, who is a military thug that got the whole country scared to death, right? A former coup plotter. What they did was to let Tinubu win his own state, and he couldn't win it. And they showed him who rigged that election. It wasn't Tinubu. He's not as smart. So I want you mark it down. I'm willing to bet you money today, right? Peter Obi is going to be the next president. You're not an insider. You're not calculating everything. Now, don't let my youthfulness fool you. I'm probably older than you by maybe a decade. Right? I was in the war.
Oh, well,
I was in the Okigwe sector. So what I'm saying to you is that please tone it down. You could make your opinion. Opinion is okay. Everybody has their own opinion. Right? Everybody has their own opinion. You could have your opinion, but what you have to balance what your abilities are. You don't know who's going to be on the ballot for one thing, because once you say that you do know who's going to be on that ballot, then you're going to make a fool out of yourself. You don't know who's going to be on the ballot. That would tell you the kind of stuff you don't know. You don't know if Tinubu is going to make it to this December. I don't think he's going to, and I'm willing to bet on that too. So to come and say that our politicians live forever may be funny, but it's not true. I like the style of trying to be funny. Now for Rudolph, let me say, Rudolph, I have to say this. I'm sorry, and then I'm done. I believe that you should come out and you should say that even if yourself, you're not a communist, that your friends, right? Your friends, Jide, Omorie, everybody that calls themselves comrade, they're communists. So Showore is a communist. He was here and I asked him point blank, you don't want to feature that. I asked him in front of you, are you a capitalist? He says no. So when they say Peter Obi is the same as Jagaban or Waziri of Adamawa, what they mean is that they're capitalists. It's not like they have this integrity. Nigerians are not stupid. The last election, Tinubu was an enigma, right? But now everybody knows there's not a single Nigerian with common sense that's going to go vote for somebody else. And finally, let me tell you, we come here and we play a lot. This platform is one of the platforms that we thought it's one for all Nigerians, where we have to be fair. We cannot produce somebody like Peter Obi and we'll come here with talking nonsense all day, bring all kind of characters, but they don't lay a foundation, show where they're coming from, and you know where they're coming from. These are your friends. These are communists. These are people who don't care anything about our country. How can we produce somebody like Peter Obi and then we're going to be modeling it up here? If somebody comes here and they're talking nonsense, I don't care who the hell they are, or where they come from, or what their background is, right? I'm here in the United States. Over $30 trillion economy. the cradle of democracy. Somebody, like, let me, for example, before I came here, I was the sharpest Nigerian you could ever have. But unless somebody's come here to live in the United States, like a barrister here, he doesn't have a clue. He has no idea what democracy is, for example. Because if you're in Nigeria, you don't have everything. As far as up here, when it comes to where we need to go as a democracy in that country, we have to get it right this time, else the country is going to hell.
Thank you, Pansat. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I want to mention that you're also my friend, just like Omorie, and we allow you to speak just like we allow Omorie or anybody else to speak on this platform. But thank you so much. All right, Barrister, concluding thoughts. We have to, yeah.
No, you know why I welcome all this criticism. It is always good when you have an opinion, you bring it out. That opinion needs to be interrogated. I am not saying that P2B is not qualified. Did I say so? I am not saying that Igbos are not eligible to rule Nigeria. Did I say so? I am only saying that based on what is on ground, this is my suggestion and opinion on how to go about it. Everybody is just talking as if it is that easy and simple. Dr. Damages, remember when Nnamdi Kanu was told to go by the Supreme Court? They said he has no case to answer. Yet, Buhari government incarcerated him. No single Igbo person protested. Both the ones abroad and the ones here. None of them. I thank God they had my opinion on that platform, VOP. How I have been campaigning for P2B and even in Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody can deny that fact. Because I know my people. You can't take away the way they do things, especially when it comes to politics. Dr. Damages, call any Igbo in Lagos now to come out for protest and see how many people will come out.
Could I respond to you on that point?
Yes,
I believe it's an important point. Let me just respond to you for 1 second, that I will leave you alone, right? Because here's what you have to understand. We are in diaspora. We're Nigerians just like you. It's up to you to do that protest. That is not our job. You make a good point. Nigerians should protest. But if you're going to take a Cameroonian, you know the way the Northerners look at Waziri Fatamawa. He is they look at him as somebody from Cameroon, right? Let me tell you. Every time he goes
up, Pansat, you have to let
you have made your point. You have made your point. Listen to me. And I told you here that even as the one Jago, the one at Jawe State, he only made a statement. This man was incarcerated for over 2 years. And when they got tired of him, they asked him to go. The Igbos in Lagos never protested. And I know all I said on that platform, VOP. So, if you know very well your own modus operandi, it is not in tandem with what is going on in Nigeria. Please, are you going to change your way so that they will say you have brought another Biafra in Lagos State? Or don't you know the position of Igbos in Lagos State?
The answer is yes.
Don't you know?
How many times have the Northerners protested? How many times have the Northerners protested?
You said what?
How many times have the Northerners protested, gone to the streets, do stuff all over the country? Now, how many?
Look, they can do their own thing. It is not. Hold on now. I am telling you. Hold on. Get it right. Is it not the violent nature of the Northerners that make them to get away with everything they want? Their violent nature. Is that not what they have been using to intimidate everybody? Have you been able to checkmate it? Look at how the Fulani surrounded everywhere in Nigeria. Even in your own backyard, in your village, they are there claiming ownership. Why have nobody come out to challenge them or protest or even go and start killing them like they're killing others?
Nnamdi Kanu did it. Give him credit for that one.
So, what are you now saying? No, tell me.
Okay,
you know that
let me tell you. Let me tell you. He wants me to tell him. He asked me a question. Rudolph, let's make this. Let me talk. Hold on, Barrister.
If you do it to another, we don't agree.
Barrister, let me answer your question, please.
That the court said their brother should go. The court have released their brother and they are holding him. Can it happen in the north?
Don't worry about that one. Let me tell you. Rudolph, please.
This is the last. This is the last comment from you.
I'm gonna back up the channel, right? If you're not gonna let this thing go, let me just talk to him for a second, please.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Now, because what you've done, by the way, let me say, those who said you're a patriot, they're right? You washed your hands, you looked at it as a hopeless situation, and you're giving up. Look, Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want to be anywhere else but where he is now, unless things are better, right? Not all of us are blessed with that kind of heart and courage. He's fighting. He's ready to sacrifice his life for what he's doing, period. So don't worry about him. The last time I looked at him, he looked better than any Nigerian that I've seen. He's not sweating it. He's okay. As far as you give him liberty or give him death, as far as he's concerned. You're complaining that people are not fighting. Here's one that's fighting. Then support him. Now, what I'm saying, don't give up. What are you afraid of? You're an Igbo man. Listen to me. Listen, sir. Let me just say this.
If we are afraid, we will not come on this platform to talk. We can't come here.
But you're talking like somebody who's afraid. You're talking like somebody who's given up. You're talking like somebody who's saying people are violent, therefore they win. We have not matched violence for violence yet, right? It takes a lot to get a nation to anger. But we're there now. We don't even have to.
That is why I am saying, let us apply wisdom. Is that not what I've been suggesting here? Let us apply wisdom. But
right, I agree. That's why the only wisdom I'm going to give you, then I'll leave you because you're our guest. Rudolph doesn't like anybody to challenge our guest here. What I'm saying to you is this. Well, here's what you've come here to teach us. We've learned from you, but I want you to take one good lesson from me here when you go home. You are from a mighty tribe. Don't be afraid. Go back, do what you have to do. We're going to win the election. Don't support anybody else. This Cameroonian that's called Atiku, he's not going to, first of all, I'm already irritated that if he opens his mouth to say that he's going to run, then we're going to let both he and Obi have it. He's not supposed to open his mouth and say he's going to run again.
All right.
Period. He hasn't done so. Don't be afraid. You come from the mightiest tribe in Africa. We could take over the Yorubas in 2 days if we want to.
All right, Pansat,
so just because they beat up our people in Lagos, then you're shaking and say, oh, we've never. We've been to war, goddammit. Who else has been to war? You tell me, what other tribe has gone to war?
Pansat, thank you
so much. I don't ever see you scared and talking that kind of stuff again. We're going to win the election.
You see, Dr. Damages, you see how the youth cause problem with their emotional outbursts. We have been there before.
I'm older than you, sir. I'm older than you. I'm older than you. Okay?
You are how many years?
And I'm older than Ike.
You are how many years? Tell me how many years you are.
No.
How many years are you now?
I was in Okigwe sector. I fought the Nigerian Biafran War. I just want you to know that. Yes. Even Ike says he's 62, right? I'm older than Ike, and Ike is older than you, more than likely. So it's not an age thing. But the thing is, don't be afraid. Are you doubting that we've been to war? You tell me. You tell me what other tribe has been to war with Nigeria. They can't even protest.
Leave this your warmongering stance. It will not go anywhere. It will not. Hold on. By the time this type of thing put us in another mess, all of you will be here, will be there in US eating a burger and hot dog. We don't want war again. We must use our wisdom to achieve our aim.
As far as I'm concerned, war is coming again.
By
Right?
the time this thing you are talking,
War is coming. War is coming
is that how
again.
things are done these days? Is that how things are done?
Unless they behave
You
themselves.
cannot put us in another trouble. That was how they stage managed Igbo to fight the civil war, and they were blaming them. We don't want it again. We want to use our wisdom. Did you hear me?
I hear.
Election. If Nigerians don't want to be, I have advised him, let him go and sit down. A day will come when they will come and beg him to come and repair Nigeria. A day will come. I have said this severally. It's not by fighting. If he come out and they did not choose him, I have advised him, let him go and rest. He's not a doer, he's not a poor man. He cannot be hungry. And let it be on record that he tried. So what is the
if you're saying that kind of stuff, that's okay.
It doesn't require all these things. Because
Rudolph, I'm
you
never
people are
coming
out
to your
there.
show again.
You are not in Nigeria. You are not in Nigeria. You don't know what the people are going through in Nigeria. That's why you are there. What do you want us to do?
Let me say to you something that's important, right? Just because we're here, we know more than what's going on in Nigeria than you do.
And what have you done about it?
Hold on, man. Nigerians in diaspora send. How much do you think Nigerians in diaspora send to Nigeria economy? How much?
Are you sending it to me? Are you sending money to me? I don't want the way you are talking. I don't like it. I said we are talking of a real issue here. You are telling me how much you are sending. Are you sending the money to me?
Have you given us my account number?
All right. I
have to remove you if you continue. We have to.
That's why remove me. You won't let me talk.
Yeah, I have to remove you. But let's. We are going to end it here. For those who want to weigh in on.
Dr. Damages.
No, Kene, you came in late. I can't help.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. This man. If you know how I love this man, you will give me 30 seconds to appreciate him, please. Biko,
all right. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Damages. I will start by we have rest in peace and we have rest in hell. Okay, rest in hell to Muhammadu Buhari. May his soul be in a dot forever. Amen. Now, I will also want to appreciate our big sister, Madam Luke. She has shown her love on this platform consistently. She has shown her special love to our guests. And I think that made me to really, I don't know. Okay, let me not say everything here. But the thing is, Mr. Darlington, I just come up here to thank you, to appreciate your effort, to appreciate whatever you are doing for the Igbo people and for mankind at large. As it is today, you are the only voice, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything here. You are the only voice that I'm listening to in Nigeria as it stands today. The only solid voice that is filled with emotional intelligence. The only voice that, I don't want to say you fear nobody, but I sometimes I'll be like, where is this man now? All this why is this type? Why don't we have this type of people, at least 10 in Nigeria? But as with how Nigeria is today, the setup that we have in Nigeria, and we still have your type that is not scared of saying the truth. You don't attack anyone. You don't bully anyone. You don't try to cause confusion, but you are always out to say the truth as it is. May Chukwu Okike bless you. May the God Almighty, whatever God that you are worshiping, may that God bless you, bless your family, bless your generation, bless your descendants wherever they are. See, as in eto dike na nkome or more, so the little that you've done, may God encourage you, may God protect you so that you do more. That is the only thing that I have for you. Whenever I come to Nigeria, I must just come to Kenegi, that's it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I ask a question?
All right.
Can I?
No. Thank you so much, Kenny, for
Dr. Damages.
Yeah.
You can see the contradiction here. The last man that spoke before this person now, and the second to the last man, He was even thinking I'm a coward. I am telling you, he doesn't know me. That's why he's saying what he's saying. He doesn't know me. Even this one we are doing in VOP, does he know what we go through? Yet we keep talking. We keep talking. I made a suggestion. I didn't say that P2B should not contest. Please listen and listen well. I made a suggestion how he can get it. But you people are saying another. I said no problem. Let them go and do primaries. Did I say P2B should not contest? Did I say so? I am telling you the setup now. In Labour Party that he made a mark in the last election, that place is a no-go area for him today. He can't use Labour Party again. All the people that are talking, where we are there, when Tinubu and APC was destroying Labour Party for P2B, where we are there? Did they do anything? Did they say anything? And I'm telling you now that this is the trump card he have to join, to party with these people who have come under ADC. Let him play the good boy there and get inside the system, for God's sake. Get inside the system. And
Can I
don't
respond
say
to?
outside
Can I
what
respond?
some people are telling you. You must get inside first. Is it not when you get inside, you start doing your program and your policies? If P2B did not rule Anambra, for God's sake, will anybody have known that there is a P2B in Anambra? Will anybody have known? Is it not because he got into the system and made his mark? So, if everybody begin to tell him, if you don't run alone, if they don't understand Nigerian politics, let them come to me. I will teach them. I will teach them what is going on here. I will teach them what, because they don't understand.
All right.
All of them that are saying this thing, Dr. Damages, when the chiefs are down, they will do nothing. I said they will do nothing. Quote me. It's just talk. What are you telling me?
All right.
I said P2B should work with Atiku. This is North and South to bring out this thing from Tinubu and APC. And people are saying that Obi should go and challenge Tinubu. With what? With what? Which watches? Nobody is looking at those areas. They are just talking. I wish all of them well, though. But it will pain me if P2B should go and contest and fail. It will pain me. I'm not joking. It will pain me so much. Because I know how much investment we have made. We have even risked our life for P2B. And now people are telling him, don't do this, don't do this, do this. Meanwhile, all of them are outside here. They're outside here. They don't understand Nigerian. They don't. Seriously, they don't. What's his name? Tinubu have pocketed INEC. He have pocketed the judiciary. He have pocketed the legislature. Please, which other power does the Obi have? Tell me, which other power will he use to upset or unsettle Tinubu on his own? Without this coalition, without northern influence. You see, you people said I don't know what I'm saying, Abi. No problem. I thank God. Some people understand what I'm saying. But we will never fight another war. Igbos will never fight another war. Quote me. We will not fight another war because we knew what happened. How some people stage managed that coup and blame it on the Igbos. Even when Babangida have written a book to exonerate us, they are still saying that it was the Igbos that carried out the coup. That is the propaganda against the Igbos. You see this thing you are talking about in Ghana. Dr. Damages, please go and do your investigation. They are demarketing the Igbos in Ghana, in South Africa, all over the world. With this thing Soludo have said now, anywhere you go now, if you say you're in Nigeria, they will ask you, which tribe in Nigeria? If you say, but say, those troublemakers, those criminals. You can see. You can see what is going on. And when I say, look, we cannot be defeated intellectually again. Let us apply wisdom to follow these people. They say, no, we are going to match them force by force. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Ojukwu said the same thing. Ojukwu said the same thing. But he didn't reckon with other people.
All right. Thank you so much, Barrister Darlington for a wonderful evening. Unfortunately, we were interrupted by the death of Buhari in terms of what we wanted to discuss. We are going to invite you again to join us where we have a normal conversation the way we do every Sunday. On behalf of everybody on the platform today, I want to thank you especially for coming. I want to thank Kenneth for joining us. Ike, thank you so much, and all the people who came into the panel to have this conversation with us. I want to thank those on the comment section, those that supported us. I want to thank George, Blue Shell. I want to thank Igbo Basics. I want to thank Kulata. I want to thank Madam Look, and I want to thank Mihi Bike. I have to learn how to pronounce the name. I want to thank all of you for supporting me and supporting this platform. We need your help to keep this platform going. On behalf of people behind the scene, thank you all for working hard and making sure that we continue to be on air. Another stream is starting soon where people will have opportunity to discuss what we talked about here. That will be an open forum. Pansat, you can come there and then air your view. Everybody else, thank you all. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, and Dr. Damages, help
Yeah.
me greet my opponents. So send my greetings to them.
I will. They are listening to you. Thank you so much. And I will see everybody again next week, Sunday on 90 Minutes Africa with Dr. Moses Paul, who will join us. Again, bye and see you.
Tó fẹ́ kú torí ẹ̀ o.